Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tides of Death. How are you guys doing today? Are you ready for some piracy? Are you ready to kill a priest?
Excited.
I am ready.
He's
Always
already dead,
ready.
though.
Yep.
No.
Oh,
We're
Well
gonna have
then.
the joy of killing him violently and slowly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
looking forward to it.
Are you?
I want to find his corpse. I'm gonna water breathe and scour the floor of the sea.
Oh, good.
Hmm.
This will be fun. This will be interesting. But before we get into water breathing and scouring the seas for the corpses of clerics, does anyone have a pirate fact for me? Or a seafaring fact? We can extend it beyond piracy.
I absolutely do have a pirate fact,
Oh, shit.
actually.
As do I.
Oh
It's,
my
it's
God.
it's a small one, but I thought it was kind of interesting.
Let's hear it.
So the cliche of pirates having parrots is actually rooted in a little bit of truth. So what would happen is they weren't necessarily kept as pets, although sometimes that would happen because like keeping large animals on a ship is kind of hard. Parrots are a little bit more small. But what would happen is parrots would be fairly easy to like capture or buy in like the Caribbean islands, and they would sell for a lot back home. People would want those parrots. So pirates would often like, or seafarers in general would often just like have a parrot on board that they would just be willing to sell back home for like quite a bit of money. So it was more like a merchant kind of thing.
Pretty cool.
Oh, like exotic animal trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's something that we should get into.
Yeah.
That's a great little fact. Go ahead and take 3% for that.
All right.
How do you think the
That-
market for rust monsters is?
Oh, very high.
You gotta sell him the
Yeah.
dragons. Yeah, they'll all buy him.
I also have a pirate fact. It's less a pirate fact and more of a like word fact about pirates.
Oh.
The buccaneer, which is often thought to just be a generic word about pirates, actually comes from Native American, and I'm going to butcher this name. It's Arawak. I don't know how to say it. But the word buccan refers to like a tool that you'd use to like smoke meat. I don't know exactly what it looks like or how you use it. And buccaneers were escaped like servants and former soldiers of the French and Dutch and like English colonies. And they lived in like these huge like single sex colonies. You'd have like 80 dudes like hunting boar on islands, and like they would sell the meat as trade, which is where they got the name buccaneer, because the thing but I think the Spanish, they mostly lived on like Spanish islands, and the Spanish didn't like them because they were like illegal colonists, and they would try and get rid of them. And so then the buccaneers were like, okay, we all know how to fight, let's start stealing ships. And so they would start stealing ships and started being pirates and causing lots of trouble. Eventually the Spanish, all the easy Spanish targets dried up, and so they just became wider pirates. But originally they were just dudes who were like, I don't want to live in a colony that's run by some guy who hates me.
Wow.
It's kind of an interesting little fact.
Wonderful. Why don't you also take 3% for that one?
Oh, the Arawak Indians named them. That was the other thing.
Okay, they came up with the name.
They named them. That was one part I forgot. Yeah,
Nice.
I'll take that 3% though.
Real quick, what are my XP thresholds between? I know I level up with 32,000,
I
but
think it's
Then it would be 64. after
16
that.
to 16 to 32 to 64. Yeah.
so it's 3% of 16,000 basically. That I get.
I love this. Right at the start of the episode, you make me do math. I gotta go calculate my XP.
Try being dual classed, then it's a real challenge.
It's true. You need like a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
All right. So, where last we left our party, a ship had appeared in the harbor, and it had been struck down with holy and righteous lightning from the sky. It split into
You're damn right.
pieces. The people on board, some of them washed up on shore, but the knight, the diplomat, and a cleric are certain to be there, but have not made it to shore. Hours have passed, and you've quite certain, or an hour has passed, let's say, and you are quite certain that they are not about to wash up anywhere. You've scoured the shoreline. The town has come out to see what the hell has been going on, and everyone is giving you a wide berth. I do believe you have some additional prisoners now, or did you kill all of the people who were washing up, all the soldiers, the low-level
I don't think
soldiers?
we killed any of them, right?
No, yeah, we'll keep the ones we can keep alive.
There are some who are washing up on shore that you can keep alive. You can gain a total of 8 prisoners.
That's all right.
Quite a lot.
Pretty good.
Okay, so accounting for the bodies, I assume we've already worked this out in the time pass. This is why I want to establish it now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know that there's only 3 people missing? Can we confirm that with the prisoners? How many people are on the ship?
So if you talk to the people on the ship, then you will get an actual accurate head count of the soldiers who are on board and sailors who are on board. And you can go around and gather the bodies and take a look at them and everything. And you will learn that there are more than that missing. Well done, Nick.
Okay. So how many are missing then?
So you are missing the... Yes, Father Hubert, the cleric, the diplomat and cleric is missing.
Mm-hmm.
As well as his personal bodyguard, which includes a 7th level knight and a full-fledged cleric of Astaire and a wizard who is capable of casting lightning bolts. Additionally, you are missing... You are missing... seven regular guardians.
Oh. This is not going to be as easy as expected.
I'm gonna shut my door real quick.
So maybe like let's come in with, you know, maybe we've been interrogating the prisoners and one of these guys finally spills the details and we're all sort of sat in the room with him. Archie's knocked him around a bit.
Yep.
And I'll sort of sit back in my chair and go, damn, that's a lot more than I was expecting. I'm not sure we could just roll upon that. Wizards casting lightning bolts. You saw what no room spells can do. Maybe we should discuss away from this guy.
Probably a good idea. As we're walking away, I'll say there's a good probability that they got off the boat. Clerics, I think, have water breathing. Maybe the wizard does too. So he was probably able to save a significant number of those.
How many people can that spell work on? Could he have saved all of them?
I think it depends on the power level of the cleric. If there was more than one cleric, they could easily save a dozen people.
Oh, shit. Not sure even Archie can beat that many men to death.
Maybe we should go check the water. See how many people actually died. Obviously, some people died. Not everybody could just get off that boat unscathed.
No, I think that's what's left. That's after accounting for the dead bodies that we found and the prisoners.
Is every dead body going to wash up?
Well, we spent a few hours looking right now, so...
You spent about an hour, and the boat was right offshore.
Okay.
Right, because it was like right near the harbor area, so it was pretty close. It's possible some bodies could have floated down current or even like got washed out to sea.
It was early morning. Is that when the tide's coming in? So probably most of them would have washed up, maybe.
Okay, here's my thinking on this, though. I was thinking we were going to have to find these people in this forest, but if there's a high-level knight, a cleric, a wizard, and 7 of them left, they might think that they can take us into town. They know where we are. We don't know where they are. Might be that they come for us before we find them.
That's true. I agree. We have essentially put ourselves in a position of being a tyrant with an insurgency.
Yes.
They know where we are. We don't know where they are. I agree.
They
however,
can't leave the island unless they steal
leave.
a boat.
And we are still fully equipped with all of our equipment. There's no way they got any of like their heavy equipment off of the boat with them. There's no way they have all their spell components.
Yeah, we saw the
only
knight
spell we
cut
used.
his armor.
We've used one spell, so now this is the time to strike. I think this is when they're at their weakest.
Well, we don't know where they are, though. We could set
Someone-
another trap for them if we know they're going to come here. We could try and look for them instead.
Well, how far could you walk? with water breathing at the bottom of the ocean, how maybe someone in town saw something.
Just because they have water breathing doesn't mean they're going to be super quick and easily able to wade through the water. I think if we go out and search right now, it should be pretty easy to find that number of people if we get the right direction. They're all going to have to be swimming. They're going to be tired. Walking at the bottom of the ocean, I don't think is possible because they're going to float.
Well, I don't know how the magic works, but
Is
I
that
think
an
water
accurate-
breathing will just keep you from drowning, right? I would
Right.
imagine
Yeah.
it wouldn't. Yeah.
I think no one would have maybe have read about this. Do you want like an Arcana check or anything, Koibu? Or am I near the dot?
That's a pretty good. Yeah, why not? Water breathing lets you breathe. It doesn't make you swim, and it doesn't make you sink, and it doesn't make you float.
Yeah. Okay.
I also have that spell, and like mine's intuitive, so I'd probably understand it quite well.
Mm-hmm.
I've used it a couple times too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty accurate assessment.
they've still got a few hours on us, though. They could have got far away from here. This island's pretty big.
Well, they've got a few hours on us and potentially wounded, because the probability that everyone escapes all of potential harm on a sinking ship that's basically exploding from lightning is pretty low.
Only move as quickly as your slowest man, Captain.
That's true as well, I suppose. Given time, their cleric's magics will heal our wounds.
Can you talk with your god, the drowned god? Maybe he can provide us a direction. He owns the seas, correct?
He would know where they went if he was watching. I did draw his attention to it.
Well,
Give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll go and I'll ask for I'll do an omen check and I'll ask for a direction. I'll say, which way do we search?
As you are sprinkling the sands in the tide pools this morning, as you're right, it is high tide, it's washing up. Very quickly, the message comes scrawling back to you, clearly written in the sand, as if like someone is pushing up from underneath and writing words. And the more you drip your sand, the more the words appear. It says, Father Hubert, southeast, must not survive.
Okay, we're gonna. Do you convey that to us?
Yeah, I tell the party. He told me where he is. He's southeast.
Let's go.
wait, can you draw a compass on the map, Neal?
South
Is
is
this
down and
north?
east is to your
Is-
right.
So southeast has got to be like, there's not really. Yeah, okay. I guess we can probably follow along the coast and run into them.
Are there any like hunters in the village we could use to help us track? Maybe.
Yes,
It's just a thought.
most definitely.
That's a good
I
idea.
like it. Yeah.
What are we gonna do about our 8 people who are tied up? And what are we gonna do about our tower? We have the keys, so we can lock the tower. And if we need to get back in, we can, because I have knock. So if anybody fortifies in there, we can absolutely do that. But what about the 8 prisoners?
There's nowhere safe to keep them, really. How many
The-
locked rooms do we have? 4?
Yes, there are 4 locking rooms. Well, plus there's the downstairs storage area that locks. There's a lot of space in there that you could just shove people.
I can think of a safe place to keep them. Archie kind of points out on the sea.
I think I'm with Archie on this one. This is a highly unusual situation. I'm not a fan of it, but if we lock them in the tower, when Father Hubert and his men get around us to the tower, now
We have
they've
8
got,
more
like,
people to fight.
Yeah, it's not good.
You know, we'll look them over. Can we get I guess like stat rolls?
For the
We might want to
wounded,
keep one. Yeah.
what
don't know if you-
stat are you most interested in keeping?
Probably what, Nick? Strength or int?
Hotness.
Yeah, strength.
Int
Strength,
would take some
int.
investigation and talking
Yeah,
to each of
strength
them. That would
works.
take like an hour to figure out their int, but strength you
that's
can
similar.
observe pretty quickly.
Strength, maybe con would be able to be seen.
Well, perhaps their minds can be explored a bit more easily, and not all of them are going to be loyal. I'll draw my rapier and point it to the throat at the first prisoner.
Well, here's their strength rolls, except for the 3. You can't be a soldier with 3 strength. Who's got 7? You can't have 7.
So
I'm
there's-
sorry. You can't have a guard with 7 strength. That just doesn't happen. 9's
Maybe
the
he's
minimum.
really young.
2 really good guards.
He's like
Yeah.
a kid.
Okay.
Yeah,
What are
maybe it was a
their,
cabin boy that washed up, not an extra guard. That's a good point.
How big are they looking? Are they looking super muscular, or are they
They
kind
got
of frail?
17
and-
strength. They're pretty beefy. Let's see about their con.
And Archie's got 17 strength, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll just look at the 2 17s.
Well, let
Yeah.
me start with some of
They're-
the weaklings here.
They're not like super fit. They're more like
Yeah.
large strongman, like the old strongman of the 1930s or whatever, who like
Mm.
work out. They
That
don't
makes
have
sense.
muscle definition. They're just like big.
Hefty.
Yeah, don't fuck with them.
There's 2 strong
Um,
looking guys. I'll start with a weaker one, right? I draw my rapier and point it to his throat. And I'll say, "You, prisoner, denounce your God and your Lord, or meet your maker."
Why don't we just let him meet the drowned? That'll inspire fear and loyalty.
Well, that's true. Time is of the
I'll
essence.
drag the weakest guy out to sea.
He spits
throw
in
him
your
in.
face. You monsters! I've never denounced the Holy Lord Astaire, and after you kill me, I'll come for you again. I've sworn oaths to the White Prince. I will serve him in this life and the next. Kill me now, and I'll only be stronger when I come to kill you.
You'll be grateful for this end. I'll lean on the rapier and push it through his throat.
He dies, gurgling, gasping for breath, choking on his own
Ta-
blood.
I'll turn to the others and say, "Don't feel bad for him. He's got a better fate than this guy." As I motion to Sail, dragging the next guy away. He's going to an altogether much darker place.
Oh, I want them to see.
We'll have to take them all then.
Oh, do I have to use turn undead to do like an individual sacrifice when he's bound, or can I just do it like the ritual and be like, take this servant of thing?
It's once per encounter, so even if you have to use turn undead, you'll be fine. Because this is like
Yeah, you could use it once on this group of people, either an individual or a whole bunch of them, and then you can use it again, when sufficient time has passed, and it's definitely a different situation.
I'm trying to just use it for intimidation, basically.
Yeah, you could absolutely intimidate someone with that
So
right here.
but it won't screw me out of like future encounters.
Unless you
Yeah.
get attacked during this same segment,
Okay.
you're not going to get
yeah.
attacked right now. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
I'll offer the guy the same deal as I hold him over the water. I'll say, denounce your god and join us, or you die.
Nervously, looking from you to the corpse to his allies. This middle-aged man bows his head and mutters quietly under his breath, I denounce Astaire, god of order, god of law, god of civilization. I denounce him in all his forms, as the father and the brother.
You need to sell it to me, and I'll throw him into the sea and turn undead him.
Holy shit.
Nice. Well, that was a
God
weakling anyway.
damn.
Cold.
Dragged into the ocean by dark-colored tendrils that grip his arms round his neck, between his legs, and pull him under the seas. His cries are cut off quickly as he flails and then goes still under the water.
I'll point my sword now from a distance at one of the big guys and say, "Archie, he's next. Bring him here."
I'll drag him over.
No need. Down with the stare. Terrible deity. Terrible working conditions. Down. The White Prince is a monster. He's a villain.
That's more like it. What do you say, Sail? Are you happy with that?
I'll take that.
Is he happy?
I'm very happy with that. I like it. I'll pat this guy on the back. I'll give him a hug.
All
Neal
right.
will pull that guy aside as you're doing your things and ask him about magical items that Lord Hubert and his followers had and whatnot. So you can handle that as you want.
Yeah, I'll give you all the information you get out of these guys at the
Absolutely.
end in one big dump. Well, you still have 5 more, is it?
Yeah. Another weak one next. I got Archie. Archie, he's next.
I'll drag him over.
I kick him in the back of his leg so he's like kneeling over a sail.
He looks up and around at the assembled people. Down with the White Prince, up with the Crimson Fists.
I don't believe him.
Sure. I start shoveling sand into his mouth until he dies.
He immediately starts
Jesus
kicking around,
Christ.
trying to turn his head out of the way, and in between, spitting of sand, he says, "I pledge eternal loyalty to the Crimson Fists, undying love for the Crimson Fists."
All right, fine. Get to your feet.
Gets to his feet.
I point to one of the other weaker, the cabin boy, right? The cabin boy, yeah.
Captain, make him kill one of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I hand him my dagger and say, cut his throat. And I give Archie a look as if, like, keep a fucking eye on him just in case he tries anything crazy.
He looks to you, and he looks to the cabin boy, and he looks back to you and says, "Please, no, don't make me do this."
Then you can drown with the rest of them.
He steps forward towards the cabin boy, dagger out.
What? Heartless bastard. How can he do
Cabin boy begins to crawl away. The man half-heartedly walks after him, catching up to him. With his 17 strength, he picks up the cabin boy by the back of his shirt. The cabin boy looks over his shoulder and pleads, "James, no. Don't you remember those times we shared?" "Dear son, I do," he says as he jabs the dagger into the little boy's throat,
Shit.
spilling his blood all over the floor.
Holy
Dropping
shit.
the boy and the dagger together before collapsing on the ground and crawling away into a corner, huddling himself into a little ball. The
Well
strong
done.
man rocks himself back and forth with
And you
guilt
got it in
and
you.
shame.
All right.
Nilram will go and console the guy.
Those two are
More
enough.
taunt.
Get the rest of them over by the shore. And then I'll half sail. Kill the remainder.
All right. I think you've got them, restrained, and you've got weapons and magic, and there's guards, and there's a bunch of you. I don't think we need to roll any dice for this. The remaining prisoners can be executed. You have kept 2. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So there's no more people to lock up. I suggest we take these 2 with us.
Yeah, can we just give them
Spears or something.
spears and test their worth?
Yeah.
Nilram will do the routine. He pulls a hair from the head, puts it in he only probably has 1 vial on him right now with another hair in it. So he'll put him in there and ask them if they know what the symbol is.
They shake their heads. No, what is it?
This is the symbol of Ponos. And if you betray us on this mission, or he laughs, anytime in the future, I will see to it that not only you suffer, but your entire family suffers for the rest of their days. Your whole lineage. Understood? You're with us now.
There are bobbing heads all around.
No, I'm not.
What do you think, though, guys? If they do good on this little expedition, maybe we increase their pay for every kill they get?
These 2 can survive this job we've got coming up, then yeah, I think they deserve a rise.
All right.
What do you think? 1 gold per kill?
My food's here. I'll be right back.
1 gold per kill. Seems fair.
Seems fair.
The more you kill, the more you get.
Say, there's no armor in that keep, is there?
There was a breastplate.
Oh, well, the guards
I
are
have a
wearing
set
armor
of
now.
chainmail as well, I think, squirreled away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
but
can get
we need to be kind of quick. I don't know how far the keep is, so we might have time.
We were just there, I think.
It's not too
Okay.
far. It's a 10, 15
It's
minute
worth
jaunt.
it. If it gets them 5 AC
Yeah.
and a shield.
We'll get them
Would it be-
geared up.
Yep.
Yeah, if we can
there
get them
is-
chainmail and shields and spears.
There's the padded armor that these guards normally wear, and there are shields and there are spears. They usually are restricted to just like the padded vest because it's hot and humid in this jungle. And if they're going to be out for more than like an hour at a time,
Yeah.
the heat exhaustion will start to kick in. So you can gear them up with their appropriate armor. These are light guards. and you now have 2 of them with you.
Cool. What are their names?
17 strength.
One,
Fork
They
and
don't get
spoon?
names until they get a kill.
one is
Yeah.
definitely named James. The other we can ask at a later point in time.
It's James and Jan. Can't believe it. We
I guess we start heading out then.
Let's do it.
Before we're leaving, I turn to the party and I say, do you think we should ask some of the villagers for help? They don't.
We
I
want
think
one
we've made
tracker.
Good friends here.
we need a tracker, sure, but I don't think any of the villagers are going to help in a fight. Other than just to, it's kind of fodder.
5 gold to help us find Father Hubert and leave. Seems like a fair deal.
Yeah. All right, I guess I'll walk out into the town square. Peasants, we need your help. A tracker, a ranger, someone who can follow game. I will pay him handsomely for his assistance. Spread the word. 30 gold.
30 gold. Woo!
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're gonna have guys who just can't track at all signing up like, hey, I can definitely track these guys.
Sure enough, you get
Oh, shit.
8 volunteers. And some of them don't look like they're probably the best trackers out there.
Okay, 30 gold, but the condition is if we find the tracks and you can't follow them, no, I'll kill you on the spot.
Immediately, all 8 step back. Or
Where's the
however many
fucking
I said.
tracker? There's got to be someone in this town. If you can bring me the tracker, I'll pay you a finder's fee. We haven't got much time to waste.
While people go out looking for trackers, hoping to find a finder's fee, you are approached by a farmer who has his little newsy cap in his hand and is sort of wringing it out, looking afraid as he approaches you. Excuse me? Which one of
Speak
you
up.
is the leader of the Crimson Fists?
Norm will
Yes.
take a step forward and then stop.
I give you a glare. You're speaking to him. What is it, farmer?
Good lord, I was recently approached by
Get to the point, man.
one of the guards that washed up on shore,
Really?
down
Where?
river a little bit, down current. He approached and asked for information. Told me he was working for Lord Astaire and the White Prince,
All right,
and
like
asked
this
for
guy.
what was happening in town.
stay right there. Stay right there. You're going to take me to them.
I told them what was going on, and they left and continued to head down coast.
Ilrim had 10 gold in his hand to give, but he takes 6 away, and he's going to hand the guy 4 gold for the information.
He breathes a sigh
Maybe
of
we don't-
relief and dips his head low to you, Nilrim.
Okay. Do any of the peasants come back? With the tracker information.
One of them does, bringing with them an older woman. She's got to be like 65. She's wearing the clothes of a hunter. She's got an empty, what do you call it? An empty quiver at her side, a bow over her shoulder, a spear in one hand, no armor to speak of. And she looks at you
Oh, you
with
look like a
weary
tracker.
eyes. I am.
Very
I
well.
hear you're paying 30 gold for
That's
a
right.
tracker. What are we
I-
tracking?
Come with me. Wait
Women's.
there. Wait there. I give 3 gold pieces to the
Mm-hmm.
guy who brought her.
He takes the gold and takes off. And the tracker woman with the farmer, they look at each other and then look to the 4 of you, plus the 2 guards that you've brought with you, and y'all gonna
All
set
right.
out together.
We follow the farmer. He's going to take us where he saw them last, and then you'll pick up the tracks from there.
Ilrim is going to explain the ins and out of lightning bolt and how to avoid it to everybody in the party. So we're going to be splitting in that formation. So even if we do get lightning bolted, it's probably only going to hit 1, maximum 2 people.
Where's the formation? Sorry.
Just away from each other. That's the formation.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought you were like
No. There's no like real.
There is
Like
Like
I'm
a 10,
putting
10
down.
foot spacing, no bouncing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. All right, we head out. I am, despite my bravado, terrified that I'm going to die here. Everyone else can fight apart from me. I've got 20 health. I'm going to get insta-gibbed by a lightning bolt. But I keep a brave face.
Norm with 14 health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Out.
We
to...
all have armor, by the way. They got refreshed, so just heads up if you had it on your sheet that you didn't.
The party heads out together along the coast at the lead of the farmer who was approached by one of the survivors. Now, you sank that ship maybe an hour and a half ago, and you know it's been a little bit, so they've got quite a head start on you. The farmer will take you a 20-minute walk down the shore, and then inland a little bit, following a creek where he shows you the very spot where he stood with one of the guards. Not the clerics, not the wizard, not the knight, not the diplomat, but one of the surviving light guards. And he points to this spot and says, well, he came out from the jungle over there, deeper in, past the last paddock, came through the fields, past the pigs, over here, asked me some questions about what was going on in town. He's a soldier, he's a weapon, works for the White Prince. I couldn't not tell him something without getting myself killed, and so I told him what had happened and that I'd seen the Crimson Fists and they'd taken over the tower, and
You did good.
And he
You
thanked
did
me,
good coming back to us. Thank you.
and
You did the right thing.
And then he headed off that way, and he points a little bit less deep inland and more towards the shore. He went that way towards the shore, about 3 miles that way, maybe closer to 4 miles that way, and you reach the point. You can spot the island from there. There ain't nothing over there though until you get to the island. No other farms or villages. The coast over there gets pretty rocky and pretty jungly, so I don't know where they could be going.
Wait, you're
there's a
saying that
pass-
they went to the island?
Are you all looking at the map?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it like a little offshore island?
Yeah, I see it, but this guy didn't see them go to the island, did he?
No. So this guy brought you to about here on the map, and so he's
Yeah.
pointing this direction, and he's saying, like, a couple miles down the island, you get to this point, and then you can see that island from there.
Right.
And he's saying that this region is like really rocky and difficult to pass on the coast. Like it's got a the cliffs there are pretty tall, and there's big rocks out in the water, and the surf crashes in and amongst them. That's not real easy to get through. In fact, it goes for so far that I would say it's impassable. And then the cliffs go up pretty high, and there's a mountain range. Oops, he makes a mark like that. So I don't know where they could have gone. And there ain't no more civilization out there until you get to the island. There's a small set of farms over on the island, on the edge of it.
Understood.
Thanks.
And he will leave you here.
Time to track, Captain, eh?
Yeah. Right, find the tracks. I say it to the woman.
And we wait
we
for
know
to
the
find the
direction.
tracks.
We know the general direction, so I think we can.
Right.
Gonna make everybody.
Yeah, I'll have her make a check here, tracking check. She's very good. The tracks are fresh, and she will show you and follow with you along. The tracks from this guy lead like towards the coast for maybe a half mile, and then like do a quick and heavy like right angle deep into the jungle.
Does it ever it was a single man's tracks? Does it ever become like more tracks?
Not at the point where you switch directions.
Okay. I'm a little bit worried that the two guards are going to betray us when the fight starts. How are they looking right now?
Nervous, sweaty. Maybe they just got pulled out of the ocean. Maybe it's just, salt water still on them.
Yeah, okay. We carry on. We follow the tracks. I'm going to think about giving them a bit more money.
Norm will start weaving tales, I guess. Explaining kind of what they did when we got here and how we took the entire keep and how we're able to get anywhere with his knock spell. He's basically going to be like low-key trying to intimidate them with explaining like they killed a whole contingent of armed people inside an armed keep in about an hour. Just food for thought for them, you know?
Food for thought, yeah.
4 men took on like a small battalion or whatever.
Yeah. And I'm sure they've heard stories about the Great Goblin Uprising. Norm will let them know that that was actually them, not Captain Water.
Starbuck.
Oh, Starbuck. Yeah, you're right.
The 2 guards will listen to your story, happy to have something that they can like focus their attention on. They seem to be really uncomfortable walking in silence with you, but with you like giving them some guidance and some leadership, they follow a little bit closer to you than the lightning bolt what do you call it, protocol would allow for normally, so they can hear your words.
Norm will tell him to back the fuck up and he'll just speak up instead.
Okay.
He doesn't want to be the one getting fucking smacked, okay?
Shane, your tracker, will lead you
I thought it was a girl.
Yeah, Shane is a girl's
Oh.
name.
It can
And
be
a boy's
anything,
name.
Okay.
Yeah. Will lead you to a large hill that kind of rises up, and this is the start of this mountain range that comes over here. And she will point a very clear section where someone has like climbed up this hill, and you can see like big sliding footmarks. So the hill is like wet and soaking, and these footmarks like the mud where a person has sort of slipped down and scrambled and slipped and scrambled. And you can see partway up the hill there is a section of other tracks that are coming not like straight up the hill, but sort of zigzagging up the hill that meet up with them. And then the whole collection of like the larger set of tracks plus this one scrambling person makes it up sort of up the ridge and then out of sight because the tree line gets in your way. You can't see the top of the ridge from down here in the confines of the jungle, but you can very clearly see where they've climbed up this sort of steep hill, or at least where the person you're following climbed up the steep hill and met with others who were climbing up a less steep, more easy route.
All right.
She stops here, showing this to you guys, and says, "Now, I normally track deer or rabbits, other small game. But if I were tracking people," she looks at this hill, "this is exactly where I would lay an ambush."
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I agree. I said we go back to the keep. We dig in. And we kill or what if we just lightning bolt every single boat in the harbor?
I don't
No
think
way
they're
for
going
them
to
to
escape.
escape.
They'll come to attack us, but it depends how much you think you caught them sail. If they're already grievously wounded, then it's worth attacking them now because their cleric will heal them. If they're not that wounded, then it's probably best to wait for them to come to us and use the defender's advantage.
Well, will they come to us?
I
Can a
think they'll have
cleric's
to.
heal?
Yeah, I feel
believe
like
they
you would know that. I think
It is
having lived
known
here.
they can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
think that's how they make the healing salves. I think.
Yeah.
They'll have to come for us. The warriors of law and order. They've got no ship. Their men have been captured. What choice do they have?
We know that they have no qualms taking a ship from people.
Yes.
We saw that a few islands ago. I worry, Captain, that they will just take a ship and leave, and come
Well,
back
if-
with reinforcements.
If they try that, we shoot it out of the sea. I feel that's a very bad idea on their part.
Do you
could
think they
so
get out of
easily be
range in 10 minutes?
Well, no. We could be set up and waiting for them, starting the spell as they're boarding. I feel like
But how are we going to know when they're boarding? They could do it in the dead of night.
we could watch the docks.
From our castle? Can you see through the spyglass at night?
We could set someone up on the docks, put lights around the ships.
I think a simpler thing to do would be just anchor the ships away from the docks.
That's fine.
But
I think if they're stupid enough to try
assumes-
and get on a ship, we can just do the same thing again.
The dangerous assumption here, I think, is that there's no other ships on this island. I don't know where the other settlements are.
Yeah.
Even a small skiff might get them out to sea, and I think Neal, when you mentioned something about beacons, maybe they'll get found.
Shane, the tracker, will pipe up at hearing these words and mention to you that that little island out there has some boats on it, so the farmers there can bring their stuff back to land, back to here. That they would normally come here and do their trading, and then all the main ships come and go from the town. But there would be small vessels on this island, and further up the coastline, like much further up the coastline, there are a few other settlements as well,
That's all they
which will
need.
have small little boats.
I'm compelled. Waiting is death.
All right, but let's not
We
walk
have
into
to
an
find-
ambush here. Stay at the bottom of the hill. I'll go and check it out. Neal, I want to try and maybe like circle around the hill, come up from a different direction, being like immediately ready to like slip and slide down the hill at the
Yeah.
first instance.
Do you
of
want
any
me to?
suggestion of a person?
Never mind.
So the hill is really, the start of a long mountain range. There's not a backside to climb up around to get onto.
Sure, but I'll
this-
go to an inconvenient place and climb up it with my rogue skills.
Right. You
Yeah.
find a
There's-
spot that is steeper and more rocky, a place that would be very, very difficult for a normal person to climb. But you, as a rogue who are trained in the arts of stealth and in subterfuge, and
That's true.
in
I am.
sneaking into places that you're not supposed to be, can manage this more easily than anyone else. Now,
It's my one talent.
it is a
Open doors too.
Yeah, I used to, not anymore.
We need to nerf knock.
Yeah.
Oh no, we actually don't. It should be a third level spell though.
For the first few levels, my open lock skill was too shit to be relied upon.
Yeah.
And for a while it was okay, and then you got knock. So like there was like a 1 or 2 level sweet spot where it was useful. I mean, because remember we had to like smash that chest just against all the rocks at the start to get it open.
ah.
I think you should have to choose between like a lightning bolt or like a knock spell. I think that'd be a little bit more fair.
What, you think knock should be level 3?
Yeah, pretty easily.
Yeah.
Here it is.
And that
Okay.
would be a good idea actually.
So the mountainside here is rough,
Mm-hmm.
Which is good.
which is good, but it is also slippery because of all the mud and water that leaks out of the earth here. So,
But it's not vertical either, you said it was steeper.
yeah, it's not quite steeper. So we're gonna say minus 25% for being slippery, and then I'll say plus 25% for the inward slope and the roughness of the surface. So it'll just be a regular climb check. Easy peasy. Yeah, you can begin to scramble on up this thing.
Okay, I just want to get a look at from above the hill, or just over to where they are, just to make sure there's no signs of people.
Check one quick thing over here. Check is passed. The climbing can continue until blah blah. Perfect. Yeah, you can scramble up the hill, all right. And when you get to the top, which you do, can I get a move silently check from you to see how quietly you can approach the top? Now, failure doesn't mean you're automatically noticed, but it means you
Means you're
make a
not
normal
silent.
amount of sound. Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
But this is nice and quiet. You scale to the top, you carefully brush the mud off your hands, wiping it gently on the grass at your feet, and scoot forward, keeping to cover until you can see the top of the hill where that path that everyone came out on top of. There is indeed a single soldier there with a very large rock that seems to have been rolled into position with the help of some others. It's maybe, I don't know, 2 feet across, and it's sort of oblong shaped. It would be too heavy to lift, but it's in the right position, like tilted upward, that you could push it down the cliff towards someone. You don't see any of the others, though, just this one guard. There's nobody
Get him
else
next.
in sight.
How perfect.
But
This
can I
is
get
our
a
time.
Yeah, never
I
mind.
do it.
No more checks.
No, he wants a perception check.
He doesn't need it. It's just one guard.
If it's just the one guard, I mean, I
Yeah.
will try and like move around a little bit just to be certain of that. You know,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
it's kind of
totally.
important.
I mean, it's the middle of a jungle. There's a lot of shit going on. It's hot. It's sweating. You know, there's
Okay.
one guard
Well,
that's standing near the top of the cliff.
So it
There's
should
no
be
one else nearby.
It should be extremely easy to sneak up on
Absolutely.
him.
Yeah.
So I'll do that.
Yep. He's definitely keeping a close eye down the cliff or down the hill, looking for something, anything. And you have already passed your move silently check, so you can sneak up behind the guard, slowly, quietly, 1 foot after the other, until you are. How close do you want to be?
Well, within striking range.
Yeah. You get right behind him. You could reach out and touch him if you wanted. What are you
Oh,
gonna
I
do?
will touch him. I will touch him, Neal.
How are you gonna touch him, Nick?
With my sword.
Ah. Is
Yeah,
this
I'm
a
It's just a
backstab?
sneak attack, yeah.
Yeah.
A
But
backstab,
it's
yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead and give me your roll at +4.
+4
Hit.
to hit. Don't forget, he's got less AC.
Yep, because you're just getting him from behind.
Just to be certain, I can't attack with a dagger and a rapier at the same time and get a sneak attack on both, right?
No.
Okay, so, yeah. That's an 11. For fuck's sake. With a +8 to his. Just
With a
what?
+8, it's still an 11?
Yeah.
Well, his armor gives him AC 12. So at the very last moment, as you bring your arm forward, your rapier, it's such a long weapon that it sort of like
Oh, yeah.
catches something out of the corner of his eye, and he turns ever so slightly. And the blow that was gonna go like right underneath the armpit, right in that like hole in the armor, gets turned, and the rapier instead like plunges deep into the armor. The man gives a startled shout.
Nick, this is the one thing you're supposed to be good at.
I know. Okay, and now I attack him with my dagger, Neal. Is that
Yes.
still a surprise this round? So I see a +2
I will give
surprise.
you a +2 for back attack still. He's like slightly turned,
Okay.
but I think you can follow along with it and just make a regular dagger stab.
22.
That'll do
Alright.
it. The dagger sinks into his body.
Is that a crit?
He has...
He's 12 AC, so it's by 10.
Yeah.
No, it's not a natural 18, no crit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we swap.
Yeah. 3 damage.
3 damage to the guard. Oof.
You got him, Nick. With
I
D8
got
HP,
He's dead.
you got him.
Like the amount of damage that Archie does with like his middle finger.
Yeah, he'd literally like flick you behind the ear and do 3 damage.
Oops, that is
Oh.
not it. No.
Some
You
things
do
can
3
do.
damage. You
him,
stab the
Nick.
guard, and he lets out a ah! And everyone down the hill can hear the cries of the guard. Not a problem. But now you got to roll initiative against him, Nick.
My sword's in his armor now.
Yeah, but it's a rapier, so it slides back out. He'd have to like hold on to it to keep
Okay.
it from sliding, and he's just not going to do that.
He
He does not have his shield with him because he was getting ready to shove the big rock, but he does have his spear.
I don't have a turn, so I'm just gonna roll initiative. I want to try and like push him down the hill. Wait, what
Can you
will
give
that be? Will I get an advantage to beat him in a strength check because of like the fact he's like backed up against a cliff face? Right, so I can give a few inches.
No, because the whole
fine, but if
point
he
is just
gives
you
an
need to
inch-
shove him a little bit, right? So if you win the strength check, you succeed in moving him 5 feet back or something, which then pushes him off the cliff. You know, if you want to push someone 5 feet, it's a strength check. It's just that the consequences for pushing him are more dire than under normal circumstances.
Okay,
You know what I
well,
mean?
Never mind then. Yeah. I just attack him then.
Okay. Your initiative is 6. Go for it, Captain.
Get him. 23 and 16.
Both blows will land. Yes, he doesn't have a shield. Both blows will land against the warrior here for a measly 5 damage. They are, scraping blows. The rapier is dodged, but like slashes him across the cheek. The dagger comes in and gets a spear hand just as he thrusts in your direction. With a nowhere near you.
Easily.
Nice.
Okay, initiative.
Yeah. Well, no. He makes his clumsy thrust at you. You scrape him in the face. You stab him in the hand, and he takes a step back and holds his spear above his head and says, "Surrender! Mercy!"
Okay. I'll sheathe my rapier, but I've still got my dagger in my other hand. And I go to like take his spear off him. I like hold my hand up and like move it towards the spear.
He hands you the spear slowly and carefully.
I kick him in the fucking stomach like Leonidas and 300 off the cliff.
Give me a strength check.
No, come on.
At
A
advantage.
surprise?
At
Yeah.
advantage.
21.
Your
21.
21 versus his 23. You kick him. He stumbles backwards. He teeters on the edge, like as his foot begins to slide down the cliff. But a hand comes out and he grabs that like awkward rock and manages to steady himself before the whole thing tumbles over. And he looks at you with eyes wide. I said mercy.
Just die, you bellend. I will roll initiative to attack him again.
Oh god.
At the same time.
Oh,
25.
he throws himself at you to like tackle you to the ground, and you can just level your rapier and have it run down his collarbone into his body because it's tilted at a forward angle, becoming a spit roasted man.
I kick him off the end of the sword and let him fall off the cliff.
Down the hill he tumbles. A few moments later, Archie and Sail and Nilram see this body falling, head snapped at an impossible angle, arms and legs akimbo.
It's safe to go up, and Neural will start climbing.
The party.
Give it 10 minutes, I say, and I'll move back off the trail and just check. I want to like hide somewhere and then watch where this guy was just to see if anyone like heard him scream.
Ten minutes pass. No one seems to appear.
We go up.
All right, come on.
The party assembled on the top of the mountain with your tracker Shane, who actually still has a good roll from before. The conditions have not changed very much. She makes a very clear line to where all the bodies are. To where all the footprints are, and shows that they head along the ridge of the mountain out towards the peak, out towards the point here. And she will begin to lead you in that direction. And I think that's where we take our first break, and we'll come back on the other side with more Tides of Death, hunting cleric and the wizard and the other cleric and the knight. See you guys soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. Our party is walking along the mountain range. You make it, the edge, overlooking the waters below. And you can see down on just beyond where the coast is too rocky to bypass, there's a soft little sandy shore. And sailing away from the sandy shore, maybe
Oh, come on.
maybe 100 yards out into the water, is an overladen small boat. Looks like maybe a fishing boat or like the tiniest little cargo boat you've ever seen. Maybe close to like one of those old British longboats. And it is packed with people, and it is sailing away from the main island out towards the little island.
Do we have our ship?
Neural will show you the ship in the bottle, yeah?
Should we go after them?
How far are they, Koibu?
They are down the mountain, which will take you a little while to get down, and then they are about 100 yards out into the water right now, quickly receding.
Are they far enough that a call lightning would work or no?
I think Call Lightning takes 10 minutes to cast. By the end of 10 minutes, they would be more than 100. They would probably be more than 360 yards away. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
Also, I don't know if
probably
you have
slow.
to Call Lightning. Do you have another Call Lightning spell on hand?
No, I don't. I only brought one. I brought a Dispel Magic instead.
Should we go
Um,
after them?
Yeah, I mean, what kind of ship are they in? A rowboat, you said?
It's a small little cargo vessel, or like a little fishing boat.
Okay.
It's got a single
we can
mast.
absolutely
it's got
catch
like,
them.
Yeah, we'll catch them for sure in the
How-
water.
How far away are we right now? Like, are we within like sprinting distance to get to them?
You gotta get down the mountainside right here, which is like 100 feet, maybe like 80 feet of like awkward, jaggy, bumpy rocks and deep cliffs. And then the beach down below is sandy, and then they're 100 yards out from there. So getting down the mountain here at this point would be a difficult climb, or you could find whatever route that they took down the mountain, which is undoubtedly back the way that you came.
I'm going to leap off the mountain and cast Wind Column on myself.
Badass.
Are you the only one who can go
Yourself.
down with it, or?
Yeah, I
I'm the
think we
only one
just-
that can go with it.
Um,
I'm going to try something, guys. I scream
Okay.
as I jump.
Jesus Christ, I think we should all. I mean,
We'll start
do I feel like I
scrambling
can,
down the mountain.
Yeah, I feel like I can scramble down. I'll try and. I know it's not going to make a huge difference, but I'll go first and try and like lead a good path down.
Okay. You can easily throw yourself off the mountain and wind column yourself down nice and gently and calmly and slowly. You will land on the beach, and by the time you get there, it'll be like 120 yards out to sea. The rest of the party is following after you.
So
What are you gonna
I don't
do
know
when
what the
you're down here?
range of Turn Undead is, but I'm going to like swim as fast as I can out to shore while trying to like call Rohi to sink that ship.
Holy shit, these are madmen. Wait, is there a chance that he could be wind columning over the sea as well? Like if he wanted to.
Oh yeah,
He could just be floating over the sea, like chasing after them, like some ungodly
like a
flying
sugar
beast.
glider.
Yeah, just summoning tentacles from the ocean's depths.
Creates
Now I
a
wanna
pillar
know.
of strong wind to slow your descent. You already have some horizontal angle. This isn't like a Murdoch's feathery flyer, so you don't get to like control the area that you're going. This just sort of like helps you fall gently. But you will have some horizontal angle. It's not going to be enough to get out into the water. It's not going to be enough to get above them. There's a specific wizard spell that would do that. The range, that I don't think is going to match the normal Turn Undead because they are still quite different function.
That would have been so badass.
Yeah. I feel like I need a wingsuit now. If I have
Yeah.
this spell, I could just jump from the crow's nest and like drop onto a boat, immediately call lightning.
Yeah, that's badass.
You get to the beach, row yourself into the water, and how you call out Rohi's name loudly.
I
summon
basically
him to.
dive into the water and I'm like screaming that there they are. You can get them.
They're beyond the range of your abilities, unfortunately.
God damn it.
They're too
Well,
far out to sea for Rohi to
you
grab
should-
them.
All right. Well, we need to get the boat out.
Yeah, I mean, once we get down safely on the mountain, if we don't need any checks.
Well, we are
Uh,
gonna need. If you're gonna climb down this cliff right here, we're gonna need checks. Starting with Nick's regular climbing check.
Like a climb walls check.
Yep.
No modifier.
Same 25% bonus and penalty.
Easy.
Yeah,
And I
you can
carve
find-
a very good path.
You can find a way down. I will give the others.
Does the two make it like he made like the greatest fucking way down? He found like the secret route. Does that do anything or no? Because I know sometimes you do that on like a 20 instead of a 21.
Yeah. I think the 2 means he finds a route that's pretty easy, and
Okay.
with his guidance, he can give you all a plus 10% to your climb checks, which are normally going to be 40% right here.
That's leadership, that guys. That's what I call leadership.
So we got a 50-50 on it, yeah?
Yeah, you got a 50-50 to make this climb.
I want high.
Oh,
fuck.
You begin to come down, and pretty quickly you're like seeing the route that he went. You step on the same rock that he stepped on, and the rock like slides out of the mountain and comes tumbling all the way down. And you look around for other footholds. You try and put your foot in the spot where the rock was, and the mud
Can I
just
do a
gives
dex check
way.
to catch myself?
You don't fall.
Oh.
You're at the very top, just trying to feel your way down. But it looks like he made it down this way because he's light and nimble and he knows what he's doing. But some of these handholds are not as stable as he was hoping that they would be. You're pretty certain you can't make it down here.
Okay. Well,
Can't make it down.
we'll just have to be slower. We'll go find another route.
You can find the other
Do I
route.
need the wait, do I need the can I open the bottle without your spell?
You're gonna need Norm to cast a spell, yeah.
Need to cast a spell. Okay, I don't just take the cork out. All right.
Well, I think you probably can just take the cork out because I don't think I need to cast it to pull it out. But I don't think Norm's gonna.
Are you willing to risk throwing me the bottle?
No.
All right.
No,
Neal
it
and
wouldn't even come
Archie
to his mind, yeah.
can find the route down that the others took. It is a well-trod path that heads down to this side. One leg of the path leads up the coast, the other leg of the path leads down the coast to this little beach. By the time the whole party is assembled, the little boat on the horizon is almost all the way to the island, which is about a half mile offshore. A little more than a half mile offshore.
You get a look at them sail? Did they look wounded?
I think I was pretty focused. I don't know how good of a look.
You didn't really, give me a perception check at disadvantage, but I don't think you got a very good look.
I've got a 9. Listen, I'm never passing these. You gotta give me that one.
If they're
Oh my god! I take it back. You got a good look at them. You could see the knight at the stern of the ship, the back of the ship, looking out over you with his sword drawn, glistening in the sunlight. You could see the cleric, one of the clerics, the younger cleric, right behind the knight watching. The old man diplomat was clearly talking to the person who was sailing them across, and the huddled masses of the wizard and the other soldiers were sort of just like shivering and cold, or not cold, like huddled down low, trying to keep the spray of the water off of them.
Did they look healthy?
They looked, more or less intact. No one seemed to have any broken limbs. Any small cuts or scrapes on them would have been washed away by the seawater already.
But they weren't in armor.
They had the henchmen had padded armor on. The knight had a shield that he had found somewhere, and he still had his sword, but no armor whatsoever. The cleric didn't have any armor. The diplomat didn't have any armor. The wizard clearly didn't have any armor.
Good.
Whereabouts on the island have they landed? Or will they land?
Right here. There's like a little farming area where this section is nice and flat, and the rest of that island is kind of like rocky and mountainous. And this gentle green pasture over here with all these paddocks set up and, rows of trees everywhere. It looks like a super gentle, cozy little farming paradise. Maybe a dozen buildings.
Pilgrim will begin to uncorking the bottle.
Well, hang on. I wonder if we were to run down the coast a bit, down to here, and then sail from that way. Do you think we could avoid them being able to see the boats, or do you think that's impossible? So I don't really want them seeing us approaching on the ship.
In the dead of night, we could.
Yeah, maybe we should wait for night and cross them, hide in the trees until the dark.
Let's wait for nightfall. They wouldn't be expecting it. They're probably not going to go anywhere anyways.
Well, hang on. We did say there were ships, right, on the island.
True, but no one sane would sail a ship into the ocean at night, right? I guess they could sail by starlight. How's the night sky looking? Are we full moon, new moon? I think we would probably know since we're sailors.
Let's see. The full moon was 3 nights ago. The clouds overhead today are not so bad. There are the storm always churns overhead, but it splits open from time to time with these big open streaks. And so the mostly full moon is shining through one of these big streaks right now, but in 20 minutes it could be behind a cloud, and 20 minutes after that it could be an open light again. The lighting conditions will vary as the storm overhead spins.
Up to you, Captain. It's your call.
Based on the topology of the island, do I feel like if I were to move along the coast a bit, I could sail from a spot where they wouldn't be able to see? Or is the island really flat and they'd be able to see me anyway?
Yeah. If you launched your vessel from back here somewhere, they probably wouldn't be able to see it. And if you did something like this, they probably wouldn't be able to see it. You'd have to really get to that spot exactly to know if there's actual line of sight to here.
Yeah.
But if there is, it's going to be pretty minor.
I think that's what I'm going to try and do. So I start as like we enter back through the jungle. I want to just like make a beeline through the trees to like this second point over on the other side of this little peninsula, and then we'll go from there and hope that it works.
Is this just so we can land without being seen?
Yeah, because I don't want them to be able to cast lightning bolts at our ship as we park up.
Gotcha.
They
Into the
probably
jungle.
don't have another call lightning.
Maybe not call lightning, but the wizard's
yeah.
got lightning bolt, right?
Absolutely.
Into the jungle you head, Shane leading your way towards a spot that they wouldn't have seen. She mentions there's a cove back here. Who is in the... I guess it's Shane leading the way, because no one else here knows the island at all, including the two guards. Archie, you're probably right up there with Shane or right behind her as the main strong man. Can you make me a
Yes.
perception check, please?
He just doesn't miss. Koibu, I'm sorry.
All right. You're walking through the jungle when you spot on a branch a little bit of ways, sort of leaning over, looking down from the tree, from the foliage of the tree, a goblin. A single goblin. Floppy green ears, yellow eyes. It holds a short spear in one hand. It's clearly just observing the passing group. Well, but where there's one goblin, you know there's more. They rarely travel off by themselves. No one else seems to have noticed it. How do you react to the presence of the goblin? Do you stare at it openly? Do you ignore it? Do you call the rest of the party's attention to it? What?
Yeah, I
do.
immediately spot it and I just go very loudly, "There's a goblin!"
It very quickly retreats into the tree with the branch moves ever so slightly. Everyone turns to look and they don't see it.
Where is
You
it?
sure, Archie?
I didn't see anything.
I point towards the direction where I saw the spirit. It disappeared into the trees. Over there.
All right. Well, it means it's scared. Let's keep moving. We need to waste our time chasing goblins.
You better run
Also-
away, you piece of shit.
One question: did we learn any like goblin greetings or swear words when
Well,
we were
you
hanging
spent
out?
some
Uh,
time
you
with the
probably did, yeah.
goblins. Give me an int check to see if you picked up any goblin language.
I just want to be able to say, "What's up, my green brother?" or something. You know, like, we're like cut from the same cloth.
Oh yeah, there is a common goblin greeting that you heard in that 2 days that you spent with them. Every time a goblin approached, they'd say, most of the time they'd say this phrase. They'd say like "chubababa" at one another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I know. I'll shout "Chubababa" as he runs away. See if he comes
Give me a
back.
charisma check. Goblin head pops down again, upside down this time. Curious. Chubababa.
And I'll stick my arms out like I saw goblins do to each other, and I'll be like "Chubababa," and I'll like go over. I'll like walk towards him like I'm gonna hug him.
What's going on?
It's like I'm trying to get us some goblin allies, Captain.
Not this again.
Goblin makes a perception check, and it's a 17 plus the goblin's perception. It's a really good roll. He notices that you're not adorned with symbols of the White Prince all over your body and all over your weapons. You're just a dude. Oh, but you got the one rapier at your side. The goblin pops out of the tree holding its spear, but not like aggressively towards you, just by its side, and takes a couple of steps, and it at you.
I'll point to my mouth and say like, "Speak." Do you know anyone who speaks common? Or well, I don't know what we call the language here. I
Yeah,
imagine.
common is the right language name. The goblin shakes his head, and then points to the two soldiers with you, and then makes like a line across the throat.
I'll be like, "Later. We'll do that later."
How do the two soldiers react to this?
One of them was looking at the goblin and didn't see it. The other one clearly saw it and is like nudging the other one. Betty, did you? Betty? Oh, she wasn't paying attention. The goblin will scamper off with a shrill cry, and 6 other goblins will drop from the tree, and they'll all scamper away with the first one into the jungle, away from you. This way.
I'll shout a goblin goodbye if I know it, and then I'll be like, "Okay, I think I pissed him off. We gotta get out of here."
That's Bachuchu.
I turn to the concerned soldier and I'll shrug and just say, "Goblin diplomacy, it's wild."
Yeah, they don't like the White Prince, so you got to just tell them what they want to hear.
Let's keep moving.
I
think
told
we're
you we
almost to the
actually did the Goblin Uprising on that one island down south.
Oh, that's serious credibility, actually.
That's true. Yeah.
Soon enough, you find yourself at the cove. Shane will have led you here. And all this talk about deploying a ship that she's kind of kept quiet on. So have these other guards. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Just sailing from here. There's no ship, but without question, she brought you to the spot. Sandy Beach, easy shore to launch from. Late in the day by now.
We'll head to the shore, open his bottle, and I think we roll a D1D5, 1D10 to see how long it takes for the ship to materialize
in
into
rounds,
its natural,
right?
Yeah, in rounds, yeah. To its
I
natural
give-
size. 6
Okay.
minutes.
Okay.
As this is going on, I will hand 30 gold pieces to Shane and say, thanks for your help.
You don't
You
need
can
any
wait
more?
for us here. Well, I don't
Do
think
you
so.
want to come kill the White Prince's men?
I
give you
hunt
a
small
dagger.
game, not big game.
Could use your bow, though.
She points to
another
the
30.
empty quiver at her side and shrugs.
All right, well, you can wait here for us, or if you want, you can make your own way back.
She looks at the darkening sky.
You wait
ponders
for us,
a
we'll pick
moment.
you up on the ship.
Yeah.
I'll make my own way home. Don't
Okay.
want to spend
Well,
all
good
of
luck.
my time waiting for a ship that's never going to arrive.
Nice
If
to know
that's the
you're-
case.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Shane. I offer a hand.
She shakes your hand warily and looks to the two guards behind you. Doesn't say anything to them, but gives them the final goodbye look of a doomed person and heads back the same way that she came.
Hit her with a babachu.
She waves "Bachu-choo" back at you. And soon your boat is sailed out into this quiet little cove on the backside of the island.
Just while we're waiting, I just want to have a little word with the two guards. I put arms around them and draw them away from the group a little bit. So I understand that you two are going to be feeling very nervous right about now. When this fight happens, I'm going to need you to fight hard. I personally, as the leader of the Crimson Fists, guarantee your safety if you fight on our side, and I'll pay each of you 20 gold plus 1 gold for every kill, and you'll be in my employ going forward. Or, if you prefer, I'll drop you off on an island. But if you betray us in this fight, you will die a most horrible death that your compatriots would be fearful of.
I've been following Ponos recently, and as I told you before, I will make sure that you suffer and your family suffers forever. Or you can be my friend. That'll never happen. It's up to you.
Just think it through.
Did we take him to the guard tower
I don't
that
think
we
so.
took over?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah.
I thought we did go back to get gear though, didn't
I
we?
thought we went back to get
Oh, that's
gear.
true. You did go back to get gear, yeah.
Could they have seen the guy who was tortured? I think no one probably would have shown off that to really make a statement, as well as the death ring
roof.
upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a wisdom check.
Okay.
We didn't call it out specifically.
That is true. No,
Okay.
it's all good.
Too busy. In a rush.
All right, we get on the boat and we start sailing. Wait, what happened? Did you roll a 1? I don't know.
No.
All right. The boat sail comes out of the bottle. The crew can hop on board. It
they
has none of
impressed?
the long-term supplies or anything like that. Yes, these two people are incredibly. They see you throw the bottle in the water and what the fuck's going on? Then a little boat sails out of it and they're like, oh, that's a nice trick. And then it just grows and grows and grows and grows until it's like a 75-foot long ship with a mast and sails and oars and everything. And they're just sort of looking at each other like, what the fuck? Where the fuck did this shit come? What the fuck is this? And they will quietly hop on board, wade into the water and pull themselves up with the rest of you until the whole party is peacefully assembled on the raiding ship.
I'll like as they get on, I'll whisper to them. I heard he can do that to people. I think he keeps them in his room.
James scoffs in laughter with you. Betty looks horrified. That's the other card you've got.
Oh, it's one of Nilrum's actually big goals.
Well,
Yeah. All right, we sail.
it is almost evening now as you sail out around. Sure enough, on this small little island over here, it's divided more or less in half by a large mountain range that's sort of just, or a small mountain range. That one little area that's called out on the left side is the nice, easy, gentle flatlands. Everything else is rugged terrain. How would you like to approach, Captain?
Saying we can't land to the right of this blue line.
Oh, you can land, but it would be a hike up a mountain and then back down a mountain at nighttime to get to that area.
Is it like a big mountain that it would be dangerous, or is it? I mean, it's only a small island. If I feel like I can do it overnight, I will climb over the mountain. If I feel like it's too dangerous, I will land just to the left of like the mountain range.
There's a non-zero chance that climbing the mountain at night could cause someone to trip and fall or hurt themselves, possibly even badly. Yes, there would be danger involved in scaling this mountain at night.
How far from sunset are we?
The sun is setting as you are setting off.
Okay, so I think it's fine. We'll just land just at the edge of the mountain range and we'll walk from there.
Like over here and come along the coast?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Or even through the jungle if that's what it is.
I'm not going to be able to put the ship away,
Yeah,
by
that's
the
fine.
way. Okay,
Yeah.
just heads up.
Oh,
Okay.
This
about
is do or die, right?
about the ghostly drummers. Can they, if we like start singing on the boat, can they also sing? Just like,
Oh, that's cool. You should make a spell. That'd be such a cool spell. It lasts for 12 hours, and it makes the ghostly drummers, like it makes any spirits sing.
they
with
only
anyone else
sing
who's
like,
singing.
yeah, but they only sing sea shanties that you
Yeah,
start,
they only
like,
sing sea shanties.
They-
yeah.
and, like the faster you beat the drum, the louder they get.
The drummer who sets the pace for them can also sing an old rowing song, and there will sort of be like a background chorus of the voices. They won't be as loud as the person who's driving the drums, but they will be there to support the core voice.
That's good.
So if Archie sings for us while he's drumming, nice.
Cool. I thought of that and it sounded so cool in my own head.
All right, navigator. You're going to
Oh,
have
yeah.
to be at the very front of the boat looking for a place to pull up on shore. And it's going to be tough because the lighting conditions are bad. Sometimes the moon is in full view, sometimes there's a cloud in front of it. You want to make sure that you don't bring the boat up against a rocky section of ground. So I'm going to need you to make me a perception check to have confidence in your landing spot.
A perception or a navigation check?
A perception check.
Can I borrow the eyeglass for any bonuses?
I
don't know if it's too
You are
dark for
under
it.
the power of oars, so you have only need see them. No, I don't think in this case the worst situation is going to be like rocks that you see right before you arrive on them. But the 29, you are confident. It's a good thing that you rolled that too, because this shore over here is rocky and nasty, and there's like rocks that barely peek out of the water, and then there's things that are clearly just lurking below. This whole zone is way too dangerous to land your boat on, and a failed check, you would have missed those things and easily damaged your boat along the shore. Depending on dice rolls, could have been marooned here.
Don't fail.
Yes. But you avoid the
Well,
dangers, and
yeah.
before you kind of poke around the edge, you've got a chance to turn your boat around and go a different way if you'd like.
Just take us to the nearest safe spot we can land.
Yeah, we'll go to the nearest safe spot.
All right. The fastest, closest one is right here, right around the corner, right up against the first sandy beach.
It's dark by now, though, right?
It is nighttime. It is dark out. The moon
Do we
sometimes
see
behind
lights and
clouds,
fires?
sometimes not behind clouds. You can see many little lights on in various homes on this island. As I said before, there's about a dozen buildings here. And you can pull your boat up onto the sandy shore with the full force of the drummers pushing it in. The 2 soldiers with you are keeping to the very center of the boat, not wanting to get anywhere near the ghostly drummers. They don't seem afraid. They seem like they are familiar with these characters, these phantoms, and they stay out of their way, but aren't concerned and aren't surprised by them. Your boat hits sand. You hop off, tug it on shore. There's the village. Houses spread out with fields between them.
There's no obvious campfires of a group of men camping. So they're probably in the houses then.
If they didn't find a bigger ship, I look around. Can I
Pretty
see
dark.
any ships?
No,
Anything,
it's dark.
like, with a mast?
From where you are right here, all you can see are the lights in town and some stars. That's about it. Reflection off of the water. You don't see any boats. You know there must be some, but they must be down the shore or, just behind something or just far enough that you can't make them out in the dark. But there's definitely nothing right around you.
There's no, mast of a ship, silhouetted against the sky or anything. Okay. What do we do, Captain?
Well, if we haven't got a better plan, I think we go inside the first house, threaten them, and find out what happened.
I agree. Let's do what we do best, Captain. Start killing.
Yeah.
You make it up the coast to the very first farmhouse. A gentle half-timber building with nice white walls, recently replaced thatch on top. Looks like that was the winter project, getting all the thatch in place. There's a single flickering light on inside that kind of wavers back and forth like a candle, not like a large fire. The window here has no glass in it, and the shutters are open to the warm night air. As you walk through the farmlands towards the window, you can see inside is a cozy little family.
Just a
There's
family?
mother standing over the bed, holding a pot of soup or a large bowl of soup in hand, waiting to pass it off to someone who's in the bed. You can see in the background there are 2 kids working on braiding some rope together, sitting at a table quietly next to the candlelight that they're working by.
All right, just hold back. Let me see if I can talk to them nicely first. I'll take off my hat. I smooth down my hair or whatever, and I'll go up to the window, pull a few gold pieces out of my pocket and keep them in my hand.
The window is right next to a bed, and from your position in the window, you can see a sick person laying in bed.
Okay, I'm not going to talk over him, then I'll go knock on the door.
All right. You get to the door, you give a rap. It opens up, and there's the kind, heavy-set mother inside, and she cocks her head to the side and goes, "Oh, more visitors on the island today. Well, what brings you here? Come, please, inside. It's cold out there."
That's fine. I'll stay out here. I just need a quick word with you. My name is Captain John Winters. I'm the new lord of the island here. It occurred to me that you folks living out on the island out here may not have had the tax rebate that I've been gifting to the rest of the mainland civilians. So I've come to deliver you some of your taxes back, and I'll hand the gold pieces.
Bernie! There's a new lord! Did you know about that? What do you mean there's a new lord?
Well, I've got you here. You didn't see any brigands arrive here earlier, did you? You mentioned something about visitors. See where they went?
Oh, no. Just some great and holy warriors of the White Prince here to protect us from the evil goblins.
Yeah, I was hoping that I could catch up with them. Do you know where they're staying?
She points down the big house over there, the one with the 2 stories. That's the Manson estate. I think they're staying there.
You get
did you
some
say
sleep.
you're the new lord?
I did.
When did we get a lord?
About 3 weeks ago.
I didn't hear about a new lord.
Well, you're hearing about it now. Anyway, I must go. Honestly,
Was there a vote?
Business. Pardon?
A vote? Was there a vote?
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to vote.
Well, they all voted the same way, so your votes didn't matter.
He stands flabbergasted as you leave.
All right, they're in that big house over there. Let's sneak up on them. Let's go. Okay, as we're sneaking. All right, has anyone got a plan for this?
I have fog cloud. You know how that always works. It could get them out and in a hurry.
Maybe.
And as they come running out the entrance, lightning bolt.
You think it'll be that easy? You think they'll come running?
People always scramble. Well,
Yeah, but
no one will say humans always scramble towards the quickest entrance. They're just
But
like
not wizards.
rats.
He'll know. You may have even heard of it.
He'll know what it. He'll know what it probably is, and he'll probably run from it. If not him, the others will.
Anyone else have a plan?
We could punch him, like really hard.
That's definitely going to be
Fine.
part of the plan, I think.
Archie will like lean back, cross his arms, smile, feel like he's really contributed.
I'm worried about the wizard casting spells on us out of one of the windows.
We could pay a
I should always
local-
be able to interrupt his spell. I have magic missile.
What if,
We could set a fire somewhere, get a local to scream for help. Help! They're attacking! They're attacking! They all pile out of the house. Boom! Lightning bolt. 4 of them drop. 5 of them drop.
I could try and climb in
Either
through a
option.
window and ambush the wizard.
The wizard's
I
never
think
going
they
to be in a
would
room alone.
Why not? He might. All the troops go running out to fight us. The wizard probably stays inside the house and attacks from safety.
Oh, you're talking about when we pull him out.
Yeah.
That could work. What about the cleric?
Clerics tend to fight, don't they? Well, maybe not ours, but he's a little bit different. Usually they're wearing armor, got weapons in the front lines.
Only the best clerics.
maybe
No judgment sale.
if they see us from afar and start like casting spells, could we like just take a bunch of locals, dress them up in our like garment and clothes, make them look like us, make them approach while we like sneak up?
I don't know if that's going to work. The poor sods will be screaming for their lives as they approach the house.
Yeah, we could just lie to them.
They were pulling a prank on our friend, Father Hubert.
Something to get them out of the house is a good plan. Set it up with a lightning bolt. I'll try and sneak in and kill a wizard. I don't think I'm going to be much good in a straight fight anyway.
Okay. I think that the fog cloud will work to get him out of the house.
I think that's better than using a civilian, lighting a fire.
I think that's what they're going to expect, is the fire lit. I don't think anybody's... How do I say this? People know that I have the ability to cast, he'll use quotations, this spell. No one's died from it, and the only people who have died from it were already dead. But no one's gotten away breathing it and spreading the word around. I think that it's still a safe bet currently.
I look at the other two.
Would they be able to tell?
My only worry.
I'll ask Koibu then. I mean, I've never seen it cast. No one probably has never seen it cast, but he's read about it, and
Cloud
it
kill?
seems, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fog cloud. It says that it's.
You can cast it in a way that makes it look just like Cloud Kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are people really going to take? He'll posit this to the team. Are people really going to take the chance with their life to breathe it in?
I don't know. Magic's your specialty, Norm. If you say it'll work, I believe you.
I think it'll work.
Someone who is familiar with Cloud Kill would definitely recognize the spell, but not everybody is going to be familiar with Cloud Kill. Some people, you know, ordinary peasant folk don't know what the fuck Cloud Kill is, or maybe they know of it, but they might not know what it looks like. The wizard would
Yeah.
probably know. The cleric would probably know, but like local peasant number 7, not so
Absolutely.
much.
But the fighters in their envoy would probably have been told what it is. People probably hear about this devastating spell all the time. So
Yeah, a warrior who's in charge of safety? Well, that person
Yeah.
might know.
You'll have to cast it through a window as to leave the front door free for their escape.
correct.
All right, well, we're almost there.
All right.
I'll wait
Trust
for the
in me,
signal.
Captain.
I will sneak off away from the group and circle around the back of the house.
Right.
at a distance.
So let's talk about this house as you are approaching. As I mentioned before, it is a 2-story building. There is a porch that runs around most of the perimeter of the house, not all of it. There is 2 sets of doors that you can see as you're like approaching. You can kind of see one door over here, and you scramble to go see the other side. You're going to be approaching from the side that you're approaching. You actually can see that there is the staircase to the upstairs is outside. There might also be an internal staircase, but there's definitely an external staircase. In fact, I think I can just give you a visual of the zone that you're approaching. Just cover all of these hidden things. Where?
It's going to be a tough fight.
It's gonna end quickly with a lightning bolt.
I hope you've got your dice ready, aren't you?
The good ones.
We're gonna need them. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the situation. This is the building right here that you're expecting them to be within. You're going to be approaching from this side of the map because you were approaching from that side of the island. So you can see that there's this staircase here that leads up to a second floor, and this area right up here on the top is like a little balcony zone, little walkway or something up here. And then
Is that lit up? The balcony.
top
Sorry,
and bottom floor are both lit.
Can I use the spyglass and look at the balcony, see if there's anyone looking out the windows or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Emmerich, not Emmerich, sorry. I'm gonna let Captain do the scouting, because I think the room that we do it in is very important. If we do it in the random peasant, like husband and wife room, and they don't die instantly, to it, people are gonna know what's up.
Yeah, you can see standing up there on the balcony are 2 guards on the balcony. One looking left, off to the left side of the map, and one looking towards the right. Well, one looking, covering this zone like that, and the other sort of looking the other way.
Do either of them look like it might be the 7th level knight?
Give me a perception check with your spyglass.
18?
18 is not good enough. No.
I hate to do it, but can we do like con or fitness checks to see how fucking tired we are? We've been kind of doing shit all fucking day. I don't know if you want to call
Let's
for that.
see. You woke up, you called lightning, you killed those people, then you hiked through the jungle all day, and then you did a row over here, and then hiked over here. So it's been...
And now it's nighttime.
Now it's nighttime. It's been a bit of a day. I don't think you guys are all that exhausted. You've done crazier shit before. Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe if you had been fighting all day, or you had been really scaling mountains instead of taking nice easy paths everywhere.
Yeah.
So, party.
How do you want to do this, Captain?
I'm going to sneak away from the group and come around the back, and I'm just going to wait for you to cause chaos.
I can't really cast my spells with the guards on lookout, right?
Yeah, alright, well, let's all go around a different side.
Okay. We'll sneak around to a different side.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sneak around to a different side, and from over here, from the other angle, you can see that on the ground floor, there are a pair of guards on the veranda down here. One on this corner and one on this corner.
Again, I check if either of them is the knight.
Give me that perception check.
never mind.
No. You're keeping a good distance so that you don't get seen. Like, you're hiding behind plenty of cover and keeping, some space. So you don't have a great view of them, and it's dark. The only light is coming from the inside of the building, so you can just see the silhouette of these people. Yeah, you can't even make out any weapons. The weapons must either be leaned against a wall if they're spears, or tucked at their waist if it's a sword. You can just sort of see, like, shoulders and head.
Alright, let me sneak off. When it's go time, Archie and you two kill those 2 guards, Nilram, you cast your spell. When it all starts to kick off, I'll try and climb in around the back. If we can kill 2 of them before the fighting starts, it's probably for our best.
I nod.
Good luck. I give Archie a nod, and I will skulk off like around the back of this building and try and come, like hide in this tree here.
I'm gonna move you guys away from the screen for just a moment while I make some. I add characters, but I'm gonna need to like move hiding things.
Archie will mumble under his breath, "Good luck, Captain," and he'll like rub the little trinket that Sale gave him, the Rohi symbol.
I'm going to read the spell just so everybody knows what it does. As a cloud kill-like fog, this is a billowing mass of ghastly yellowish green vapors, measuring 40 feet by 20 feet by 20 feet. This moves away from the caster at 10 feet per round. The vapors are heavier than air and sink to the lowest level, even pouring down sinkholes and den openings. Very thick vegetation break up the fog after it has moved 20 feet into the vegetation. It lasts 4 rounds plus 1 round per level, so in theory it could last 9 rounds, going 10 feet per round away from the caster.
Ah. I think. It's okay. Okay, I think I can bring you all back now.
Did
Alright,
you leave the 2 guards outside? Or the...
Excuse me?
Can we see the 2 guards who are
Oh
on the
yeah,
veranda?
I will add tokens for them.
Thank you.
I'm going to give them, since you're not sure what they are, I'm just going to put
Perfect. The
guard
regular one.
tokens for all of them. And then if it's not a guard, I will reverse it or change it when you get closer. All right, so the plan is Captain John Winters is going to come and murder everyone by himself, right? That's what
I'm
I've heard?
sneaking. I'm like hiding in this tree here for now.
Okay, well, if you want to get close enough to get to that tree, we're gonna have to make some. I'll have to make some perception checks for them and some hide checks for you.
Well, the only bit is like this gap here. Right, after that I'm behind the house. I mean, I will make my move when they go to attack then. If I feel there's a chance I might be spotted.
Yeah, if you guys, when you get within 100 yards of the house, I'm gonna have them make perception checks to see if they can spot people coming because they're clearly on watch, and you guys have been at a great distance using a spyglass to scout out the information ahead of time. So, why don't you all show me where you want to be going? Archie, where are you headed?
Well, we got the instruction to go for the guards at the front, right?
You're gonna head for these two? Okay. And Sale and Nilram, you're also
Guess
going
so.
for those two?
Yeah, can you give me like because I need to cast it going through the building. Are there open windows anywhere, or is everything
There
like
is
bolted down
a
and
door
shut?
to the main house right here, and a door to the main house right here.
Okay. Probably after they start their commotion, I'm going to. I'm gonna have to go with Captain Winters, I think, over here, because I'm gonna need to cast it to here, so they all run out the front here. Does that make sense?
Does Fog Cloud move directly away from you, or does it move
It
at
moves
a...
10 feet away.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it'll move in a straight line.
very predictable
So
pattern.
it'll
Yeah.
cast like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if I cast it there, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it
No,
always
no, no.
moves
Okay,
away
what I'm
from
saying
you.
is, as soon as the captain makes his move to go that way, I'm probably gonna move over here, cast it
Got it, okay.
through the house.
Perfect.
If the captain thinks that's a doable idea.
Yeah, but you've got to run them back around the front
To
be
go,
ready
yeah,
to light
absolutely.
results,
Yeah. It's gonna be a very quick thing for me.
Okay. Who's the first person to act?
Probably
it-
it's gonna be the captain and I, because we need to make
Sneaking
our
up?
sneak over to the left side.
Yeah, and I guess if they spot us, then you immediately attack
Yes,
them.
I'll just do it that way.
Yeah.
Well, do you want me to magic missile him, or do you want me to fog cloud? Probably fog
No,
cloud.
no, you do the flood. I'm saying to Archie and
Yeah.
Betty and James, if those guards see us, they immediately have to attack.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So the two of you successfully sneak up to this bush. They fail their perception checks. They don't notice the two of you sneaking up here at all.
I guess now we wait for them to start moving.
Yeah, and you two are still pretty far off then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you approach, are you doing the same thing, trying to sneak and get close, or are you like walking confidently to draw attention? Are you like banging pots and pans? What is your
How do you want to do
approach?
it, Archie?
I feel like for now we're just sneaking, right? I feel like there's no point in like drawing attention towards us right now. If anything, they could just like fuck with the plan.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree.
All right. The two of you can scamper over bushes, through fields, behind trees and small buildings until you arrive here at this set of bushes, also unseen by the enemy guards.
There's 4 of them, right? They've got Betsy and James with them.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will give you these two, and I will
Make them green,
slightly
please.
higher chance. Yeah. I will.
I think I would have probably asked before we all left. Do you want to be enlarged, Archie? It'll fuck up your sneaking a little bit, but it will make you hit them 50% harder.
It's probably worth.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
You can't even fit in the house.
I will enlarge him, and it'll last 5 rounds per level. I'm 5th level.
5 rounds
25
per level
minutes.
in your. Okay, yeah. So he'll be enlarged as long as this fight doesn't run too long.
Yeah.
All right, Betty and James have arrived.
Why are they wounded?
They got in a shipwreck today.
Well, the
Yeah,
other
that's
2
good for
guards
us,
look
Nick.
fine.
I just gave them
updated that,
red
I don't
HP bars for,
Yeah.
Okay.
you know. Besides, they have clerics of Astaire with them. They've probably all been healed if they
True.
were wounded.
Yeah. Not true, because there's spell slots.
True.
Well-
Water breathing, Anacall lightning burns.
Yeah, no shot. Buck
All
up.
right. Well, as soon as the fight starts, I am running and leaping and climbing this tree.
Yeah, as soon as the
See
fight
ya.
starts, Nilrim is sprinting, casting the spell, and then sprinting to the front.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's say, me and Archie like charge out of the bushes, and would
Yeah.
like be if we can run fast enough? Is that like a surprise round?
Absolutely.
I would give them a check to see if they're surprised. If they are surprised, then you immediately win initiative, you get your charge bonus, and they get a penalty to their AC for being surprised. If they're good guards and they're not surprised by you guys leaping from the bushes, then you would roll initiative normally, and you still get an initiative bonus for charging.
And then the only other question I have is like these guys are on the ground floor, right? This is like a veranda. It's
Yeah.
not- they're not like they're up like a foot or two. They're not.
Yeah,
like, on
yeah,
balcony.
not a problem. Totally easy to get to them.
All right, Archie. Time to charge, I guess. Are you up?
Let's do it.
Miranda, something like, ooh, I can't show you, something like that. Wrap
Gotcha.
around it.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I just wasn't sure what I was looking at.
There's like a small railing, which is not a big impediment, especially if you have stabbing weapons, but there is like a bit of a wooden railing that runs around it. Minor.
I guess we.
Should we go to break before we do the fight?
Yeah, we can go to break. We'll see you guys on the other side. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. The game is afoot. Archie and Sail, you're going to lead the charge?
Is there?
Oh, yes,
You wanna
sir.
go
I thought you
first,
said. I thought you were asking a question. I thought you said, "Is
Nope.
there?" and then went
I-
silent. I was like,
Oh,
mistake.
no, we're good.
Do it.
He said yes or yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
10 seconds to figure it out. The guard. Oh, not even paying attention. He's looking the other way when your charge begins.
Fuck.
And is indeed surprised by it. As
Can
the two
Nilrim
of
throw
you-
down a perception check to see if he hears the charge or something like that? Because I'm going to want to start moving as soon as I hear it.
Something tells me when Archie charges into combat, it's not a quiet affair. I don't think you
Okay.
need the perception check. Am I
As soon
overstepping
as
my
he
bounds
starts-
here, Archie?
I'll be. You know what? I need to motivate myself. I gotta scream a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
Normal, as soon as he hears that, run over here and cast his shit.
The two of them charge in. Nilrum is gonna bounce out over here, but we're gonna do this stuff over here first. But the
Absolutely.
two of you make your attack rolls. +2 for charge, and -1 to their AC for being surprised, and -1 to their AC for flank. So a 12 and a 16. Okay.
The 16 is unmodified. I just rolled it, so it.
I think the 12 is too.
Yeah, they have. They're gonna have 11 AC in this
Yeah, get
situation.
Fucking shit on.
So the rapier will grab him just as the fist comes right into him. Roll me damage, boys.
Richie does an extra 1.5.
So an extra 1.
11, 4.
Yeah.
Oh no, an extra 2, right?
Do we round up or down?
It rounds up for enlarge.
Then it's an extra 2, yeah.
Okay.
9
More, and then that means PotatoMcWhiskey will finish him off with the rapier. The punch to the chest, the rapier through the throat. The guard slumps against the back of the building. Ugh.
I'll give Sale a quick fist bump.
What are Betty and James doing?
They were waiting for them to charge in, and here they come. Following behind, one going to the door, one coming over here, where they see their old companion, the person whose side they were fighting beside earlier today.
Would Nilrum have told me that the spell was called Cloud Kill?
Yeah, Nilrum flaunts that.
Because I could call out now, like Cloud Kill now, like or something.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah.
Right. Nilrum has gotten to this spot. You'll have to start casting.
I did
when we
my
roll
initiative,
Yeah. All right. So everybody, roll initiative. Roll.
Wait, can I not have moved into the tree?
Oh, totally. I just thought you had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to climb the tree. Assuming that there's like a window that I can get to from here.
There are windows. Yes, there are lots of windows.
Yeah.
They look big enough that you could slip in. They don't seem to have glass. They've just got shutters, and the shutters are drawn but like slanted, so someone on the inside could look out.
Yeah. Okay.
I should have chaos warded Nilrum so he could redirect the lightning or something. Damn it.
Does it work like that?
FYI, I think targeted spells you can bounce.
Sir. That would have been cool. I would like to lawyer that the people on the inside probably should have at least delayed initiative.
Okay.
There's no need to make the argument
Nice.
because
Big
it's
win.
already been considered. And
No,
I hope
it's
so.
a very good point. I just haven't. Oops, the wrong spell.
If I forget to highlight my character for initiative, how do I input it?
I always just click the character, go to the top left, add a random number, like hit a random number, and then I put in the correct number.
Mhm.
If that makes sense.
Because you can edit the numbers that are already in there.
Yeah.
So just re-roll it and then change it to.
And then
what it
now
should
put
be.
in your real number. Yeah.
Yeah.
A genius. Perfect.
I think that is going to be everybody in this situation. So, Sail, you are going first.
Yes. I am going to chaos ward Archie so that he
Okay.
is huge and covered in upsetting looking symbols, perhaps.
Dude, I
All
like
right.
how the party is just like everyone is buffing Archie.
Is your chaos
Yeah.
ward like just like sand, just starts like kind of floating around him, like buffeting around him, or like what would you think it would be?
Well, the spell is described as like shimmering, like aura of whirling light. So I don't know. Maybe it would look. I don't know. Maybe it would look like seaweed or something. Something like just have like it would look like light, but maybe dark. Probably a simpler way to do it.
I'm kind of imagining the kind of light that you see when you're underwater that like shimmers through the
Yes.
the top.
Makes him look like you're looking at him from underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Archie
like it.
shimmers as if seen from below water. Nilrum has already gotten to his spot here and opens up with a cloud kill like spell. A whirling mist. Go ahead, Tom.
Norm is gonna use the rest of his movement to run the fuck over here.
All right. You bolt to the other side as the gaseous vapors float through the building.
10 feet per round.
I think it's a rectangular block, something like this, that floats
40
through
by
it.
20 by 20.
Oh, it's a big ass square. 5.
Yeah, 40 by 20 by 20.
40 by 20 by 20. Okay, cool. Something like this, I think. Perfect.
Yeah.
And this will just begin to like pass through the ground floor of the building. You hear cries and screams coming from inside. As Captain John Winters in the tree. I'm gonna need a climb
Alright.
check from you, but you get like plus 50 or something for the tree, so just don't roll, something incredibly high. Not a problem.
I'm all right. I look at these shutters. Is there no light behind one of them?
Oh, no, there's light behind these shutters. In fact, as you scale to the tree and get to the first rooftop, you can see eyes behind them. Eyes, including, you can see a warrior, a knight looking out through one window, and you can see a cleric and a wizard looking out through others, both of them intoning words to spells.
What? They're all looking at me.
I did not say they were looking at you.
You just said you saw eyes.
Eyes.
You gotta fuck up the wizard spell, bro.
Yeah, but he's in the room with the cleric, right?
Yep.
No, it's a cleric. What are they gonna do?
There's a bunch of stuff in there. It's hard to tell, though. You're just like looking through these slots as you're up in the tree.
I delay my initiative until it looks like they're leaving the room.
Excellent. This guard up top is gonna come running down and turn to the side, and he will shout out, "Hey, you're here! Get him!" To the wizard right behind, to Nilrum, and the guard will then try to rush Nilrum while calling for Betty to come to his aid. Betty, torn between the oaths she swore a moment ago and the friends that she's known all along.
Nilrum gives her a hard glare.
She whirls to face the guard.
Good. Does she have time, if she wanted to intersect and stand in front?
And then she turns to face you.
God damn it.
I forgot to add
sake.
her to the initiative order.
She dies first.
Can we say that she delayed her initiative?
Yeah, she's waiting. She's in the moment of what's going on? I don't know what I'm doing. But seeing her companions, she can't really switch sides. It was all just deploy.
Wait, did
guard,
James ever attack the guy down here, though? He did charge.
He squared off last round and kind of paused and hesitated. This is a difficult thing for them to do.
Absolutely.
The guard that charged Nilrum will completely miss. Betty is looking like she's going to attack
Nilrum
you, but
will
her turn
speak to
hasn't
her.
come up.
And say, I will leave you alive and torture you for many years to come if you level that spear at me. You don't have to kill your friends, but if you touch me, you will be left in the gut or in the dungeons to rot.
Okay. Her turn. I will tell you what she does on her turn. From the window, the wizard points a crooked finger in the direction of the giant Archie, which is quite easy to see, and lets a lightning bolt rip. Archie, make me a saving throw versus spell.
Hang on, sorry, Neal. How is he in... I thought he was in the room next to me.
I thought it was too, but it's a big room, right? You see?
Oh, it's a big room. Okay.
Yeah.
You get +2 to saving throws, I think, Archie, from Chaos Ward.
Can I just say that Did the wizard move at all in his turn, or was he
Nope.
able to look out? Okay.
The charge last round brought him to the window, and this round he just started
Perfect.
casting.
Is the cleric still in the room with him?
Yeah, same room.
What's the cleric going?
Hold,
on
first, let me let Archie roll a saving throw,
Okay,
and we'll
fine,
deal with
fine,
the
fine,
lightning
sorry.
bolts.
Oh.
Oh, it is successful. You will take half of this damage, which is
Oh, you're
kind of
good.
shit damage anyway. You will take
Say shit, but
9
I'm
You take
points.
9.
Yeah, as the
Is there
lightning
a chance for Chaos Ward to reflect it? Chaos
That's a great
Shield, or whatever.
question.
I roll a D100 plus 5.
Yes, and you want as high as possible.
Oh,
That's really high.
That is actually.
Chaos Shield. Chaos Shield. Oh
It'd be
my
funny
god.
if Betsy instantly gets vaporized by a lightning bolt after her betrayal.
This is a what level spell?
This is a level 2 spell.
Alright. The exact table, so I'm opening up the book. Level 2.
Are you 6th level?
Protect the Archie point, dude. So good.
96 and above, it ricochets. 86 to 95 is automatically defeated. So you take 0 damage, Archie. The lightning bolt bounces off of your chaos shield and just streaks towards the sky, lighting the area and doing literally no damage to anyone, anywhere, ever.
I'll wipe off a little imaginary dust off of my shoulder.
Just a heads up, Archie rolled in an initiative, but he didn't get thrown on the thing at 12.
Oh my god. All right, Archie. It's your turn now. We'll deal with the other guards in just a moment.
Yep. I will.
Over for.
Yeah, I'll charge at the guards attacking Ilrin. With
Over here.
an attack.
Yep. 18's an easy blow against the soldier. They take 6
7.
and 7, right? One more.
Offhand.
Fist.
14 should hit
14 hits as well.
for 9.
And that will drop the guard. 2
12
fists
damage.
batter him about. The guard collapses in a pile of blood. Down the hill comes this other one, calling out to his friends, Jimmy! And will do the bravest thing anyone has done and tries to attack Archie with a
Your
spear.
block.
Roll your block because that's a great
Oh.
blow.
Oh, yes.
That is a success. The
Is it?
spear should stab you in the face, but it does not. You turn it to the side with the back of your hand, and it completely misses you.
Monster.
It's finally coming in
fucking
useful.
in the Matrix right now. Bunch of lightning bolts, blocking attacks.
This one comes on over here, ignoring James to attack Sale, and that was their fatal mistake because James will take the attack of opportunity provided
what a legend.
and stab
Hell
him in
yeah.
the side.
I always hated you, Dave, you cunt.
The 12 will indeed strike Dave. For one, it's a scrape against the leg, but it's the symbolism that matters more here than the actual damage.
Hell yeah.
And instead, we'll just get an attack against.
Is it
Sale.
James or Betty that killed the cabin boy? Oh, it was James, wasn't it?
It was James that killed the cabin boy.
Yeah.
Damn.
His mental's broken.
He's a real one. A
The
true
Sa-
Crimson Fist.
attack against Sale completely fails. Nick, you had said you wanted to delay until after the priest does something.
I mean, ideally, I'd like to wait for the priest to leave the room and leave the wizard on his own up here. But
Great.
if I will judge at the end of this round, once everyone's gone, I'll see what the lay of the land is. So I can do that, right? I can wait till the end of the round to go.
Yeah.
The cleric will take their turn right now. Let's go to the back. The cleric is here, and they will open up with a hold person, targeting these two down here. Would both of you make me saving throw versus spells at -1?
He has to roll a d4 to see how many people he can actually target.
True. Yeah. Yeah. So let's get at least two. At least two. God damn it.
But it's still, I think, at -1 because you called out you were wanting to.
Yeah. So
right?
it's just you here, Sale. Give me a saving throw versus spell at -1.
Well, wait, should you roll a 1d2 to see which one it is?
The spell was centered on Sale, with
Got
this
it.
guy being the second one. He
That
knows
makes
what he's doing. He's a good cleric. Saving throw. Saving throw. If you fail, you are held and locked for battle.
Is it saving throw versus spell?
Yeah.
With a plus.
And
You get a +1 though, right?
then a -1 for the
Wouldn't
spell.
matter.
Yeah.
And you, my friend, are held. The spell overcomes your body. It begins to
Fuck.
slow down and then stops moving altogether.
That's so infuriating because I'm also the only one with the spell magic.
Perfect. That is Thalen, who then does not move at the end of their
You need to roll
turn.
the rounds.
Right, we will roll the number of rounds. Betty, this guy came and she was turning. She was going to stab you, Nilram, and then you leveled the most horrible threat she's ever heard. And so Betty does what a true coward does in this situation and drops her spear and runs away. Just off
Wait,
into the distance.
Do you get wisdom modifiers to whole person?
Oh, dude. High wisdom does allow you to get bonus on saving throws against mind-affecting spells. It's our
It gets
most
4
forgotten
if you have
rule.
18.
Yeah,
What
it's
is your
19,
wisdom?
was it?
16?
16.
You get a
Might be
+2. That would bring your saving throw to a success, except for the -1 from only being targeted by one person. Is there any reason you get an additional +1 to your saving throw? Is there any reason?
Rohi is watching the slaughter and is assisting me. He's like my passenger. He's sitting there helping me. And he just like uses his little noodly tentacle hand to like nudge the spell.
Maybe if you were in the water, that could be argued, but out here on land, well away from Rohi, with no sand about, I don't think so. Close. Nice try, Nick.
I sorcerer cast my dispel magic innately and lose all of my spells.
James will go to stab this guy in the back with a 9, 10, 11 is still a miss, not good
Don't
enough.
forget, he's got 17 strength, so I think he should have done 2 damage before.
Oh, you're
Not
right, because
1.
I'm just using a generic
Yeah.
stat block. And with 17, that is another +1 to hit, so that will indeed land. Well done, James. And you will do 5 points of damage with the spear. There we go. I think that is everybody except for Captain, who hasn't finished his turn.
Okay, what about the knights that were in the other room? He's
The
still
knight
there.
is up here, yeah, and is somewhere in this room. In fact, you probably can't see them since the knight has stepped away from the windows. And your angle
Well,
on the
that's-
windows is really bad.
Obviously, I don't want to bust in the room with the knight there. What I will do is I will take out my jar of poison and my darts, and I will start getting one of the darts ready with poison and put it in the blowgun.
Absolutely. You poison your dart, position it in the blowgun, and get ready to take a shot. The cloud kill moves through the building, and out the other side comes the running, screaming family trying to escape the magical cloud that has showed up. It is... Whoops. It is 2 adult women and about 7 children that come fleeing from the building.
What were the people upstairs doing from Nick's point of view with the cloud kill? Oh, the cloud kill's not up there. Sorry.
It's not up there.
Well,
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
It's
Okay.
actually stopping them leaving, so this isn't too bad.
Initiative roll.
No one ran out the front?
The family ran out the front.
Just the
2
family.
adult women and 7 children.
Okay. I'll take a 6.
Do I just roll nothing because I'm held?
Yep,
Or-
you are done. You are wrecked. Rickety wrecked. Old person
bad,
is
man.
2 rounds per level. There is no roll for it, so you're
Oh,
just
good.
held for a long fucking time. Sorry. Essentially out of combat. Let's do what I
Okay.
want to do.
I couldn't fire the blowgun through the dart through the blinds, right?
You totally can, but you've got an attack roll of -8, or a penalty of -8 on it.
But +4 for back attack and surprise.
You wouldn't
Absolutely.
be getting a back at you. Maybe if you positioned yourself to get a back
Depends.
attack, right? Yeah, it depends.
You get surprised though, right?
Probably,
But
yeah.
could I
the tower?
kick the blinds open and then
From
the
the
Kick
train?
the
Surprise,
blinds
then.
open, you'd probably ruin your back attack and surprise options. It's
Yeah.
possible. We'll see how the dice play out, but that's in theory workable.
Okay, well I'm rolling in for that. What's the initiative on a blow gun? I don't have that right now.
6? I think it's pretty slow.
It's a good argument, wasn't it? Alright, I'll roll 6. I feel like it should be less than 6 and I've already loaded it, but
That's true. You did load it last round.
yeah.
Yeah, why don't
3,
we
probably?
make it 3? That seems fair.
Okay.
You've already used this spell. And you've used this spell. So we're gonna do... The cleric can see. Fuck all. It's not the spellcasters not being able to move before casting spells is very detrimental to their combat power.
Usefulness, it really is. Although we did sort of agree that you might be able to take like a few feet move.
Yeah, definitely, but you wouldn't be able to move across the building and then
No.
see what's going on and then cast a spell. Maybe if it's just poking around a corner. Cleric is going to cast nothing. Nothing. Our cleric is just
Sometimes
going
that's
to,
what you gotta do.
yeah.
I forget to roll initiative again. I'm sorry.
You can roll it now.
believe
We haven't
so.
gone yet.
Yeah. Let's start it though. Let's
Oh.
ascending order to Archie. So let's go Archie number 3.
Yeah, just attacking the guy right next to me, punching him.
Oh,
23 is an easy hit.
Is that crit?
No.
Okay.
Need a natural
Yeah.
18.
Yeah. But max damage, baby.
13
13 is actually the entire guard in one blow.
Boom.
You just like smash the jaw, the teeth go into the back of the throat, the head turns up, the eyes roll back, there's a cracking of the neck, the guard tumbles backwards. One blow.
Do I get some movement? I do, right?
Tons of movement, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to move over to Sail.
Mm-hmm.
And I still get my second attack, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd like to punch the guard next to him.
Sure. You can step onto the veranda and crack that guard for how much damage?
For
Well-
10 damage
Oh,
again,
13.
yeah. 13. sorry.
And again, another guard just breaks in half and dies on the spot.
Hey,
Um,
Nilrim saw where the lightning bolt came from.
Yeah.
That probably window is fucking busted. Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, the lightning bolt didn't start until it was already outside of the window, but because you can
It'd have
point
to
and then
be
it starts at a
open.
range
Yeah.
away from you.
Can
So,
Nilrim see into the window or no?
give me a perception check.
Okay.
Ah,
18.
not
Oh.
well enough. The light is too
Okay.
awkward. You can't make it out the details inside.
Is anybody running out right now? Can you see anybody through the door?
Nope. The people inside the building have fled.
3d4 plus 3, 10 damage to Betty.
Oh, Betty is ripped open from behind and
It matters
slain.
if she's at 0.
She is at less than 0.
Okay, see ya.
Get fucking shit on.
Yep. Sails out of combat. Our cleric will disappear upstairs to another spot. Yeah?
If I roll a nat 20, could I cast the spell magic?
No, absolutely not. No way. Old
Nick.
person is so frustrating. So beautiful.
I'll be right back, okay? Nilrim runs over here, okay? He's got to do something real quick. And that'll
He's
end
got to
this event.
save Betty's life.
Yes, to torture her.
I'm just in the tree, mate. I'm just chilling. What I'm gonna do, Neal? Can I still see the wizard through the blinds?
Yeah, the wizard hasn't really moved yet. He's still, near the
I just
window,
want to
looking
poke
out.
the blowgun itself through the gap in the blinds.
So you want to
And then just-
you'll have to move onto the
That's fine.
rooftop to do this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I do it quietly, and I want to blowgun him. It's kind kind of useless because the onset is 2d12 rounds. So
Hey, why is this a -8? This seems like the perfect thing for a blowgun to be. I just want to talk about that for a minute.
Because he's
no.
trying to shoot through a window. When it was trying to shoot through a window from the outside.
I see what you're
it was
saying.
an
yeah, this is a negative.
But once you
right?
put it in, okay.
Yeah. Once you're on
Yeah.
the inside, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick. You getting here quietly is super, super important because there's still a knight in that room, and if they hear someone on the rooftop outside, they're gonna notice.
Yes.
So I need you to make me a move silently check.
So this is a big risk for what's essentially a completely useless action, but
Maybe
You're gonna fuck up a spell.
you could. Yeah.
I do it anyway. Okay, I might fuck up a spell. So what do you want? Move silently.
Yeah. Oh, you do not move silently. Does
Thank you, game.
the knight hear you anyway? We need a perception check to notice the person on the rooftop.
No.
Knight does not.
marvelous.
Okay. So you from here you can see inside the building.
Okay.
Except
Oh,
you're
they're
not
friendly.
actually here. This one has come over to this window.
Did we see the old man?
No, the old man has been like shoved into a corner. Actually, in fact, Nick can't even see the old man, but you can
Sorry.
look in through and see these things. I guess the wizard's actually closer to here, and the
What is the
cleric
wizard
just moved to
holding?
here. The wizard has spell components in hand. Wizard has a bone. They've got like a finger bone in their hand, and they're like chanting and waving it like this.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Chat is saying they can't see the map, Neal.
Guys,
Oh, it's scrolled up slightly, yeah.
yeah, there we go. Thanks for that, Nick.
Get your shot in, Nick.
Make your attack
Oh
roll.
yeah, he didn't hear me. Now that I'm here, could I divert my attack to the knight if I wanted? Not saying I do want to.
Yeah, you could pick a target. You can see the
But-
knight, the cleric, and the wizard.
It's gonna be well harder to hit the knight, right?
The knight is
Absolutely.
not wearing any.
Oh.
No, the knight is wearing just some padded armor that they seem to have switched or taken from one of their bodyguards. And the knight has a shield, but right now they're not. Their shield is not facing you. So,
Okay, but I know the padded armor. What AC does that give?
well, 2 bonus.
So I reckon he's got 12 AC right now, and I'm
That's
getting
very
a plus,
reasonable.
and I'm getting a
getting-
+4.
Yeah.
So I really, with a ranged attack, I get a +8 on missile attacks at the moment.
Depends if you're scared of what
Plus
the
10.
wizard's casting. Yeah.
Well, I need you to make a decision. You've snuck up to the window.
Yeah, alright, I just shoot the wizard. Fuck that. Blowgun. Oh, I get a -2 to hit because of my non-proficiency, so I'll definitely attack the wizard. Alright, go. 16.
The dart lands in the back of the wizard's neck. You roll, is it 1 damage?
2 damage.
3. Ooh. The wizard will take 3d damage, and they must make a poison save or what?
Be paralyzed in 2d12 rounds.
Okay.
So, not really
That's
that
fucking
useful.
sick. Damn.
Can I roll a 2d12 or do you want to roll it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Come on.
Nick, you're gonna roll
This is-
so low.
Roll
I'm
a 2.
literally gonna- I bet you. I roll higher than 20. I just fucking bet you. Okay. Alright, that's not too bad.
All right. The wizard has taken the arrow in the back of the dart in the back of their neck on the same initiative that they're casting their spell. So I think it's going to be fine in terms of not interrupting their spell. And the wizard will cast Scare down into that zone right over here where these two were fighting. Archie has conveniently moved into the area of effect. It is a 15-foot radius spell. The spell causes all creatures of fewer than 6 hit dice or levels of experience to fall into fits of trembling and shaking. The frightened creatures have a -2 to reaction adjustments, may drop items held if encumbered. If cornered, they fight with the -1 penalty to attack rolls, damage, and saving throws. Only elves, half-elves, and priests are allowed saving throws against this spell. Note that the spell has no effect on the undead or on upper or lower planar creatures of any sort.
What level's Archie?
What level are you, Archie?
I am level. Wait, am I level
I think
4?
you're sixth.
Please
think
tell me
we're
you're level
6.
5. Please tell me you're 5.
I think you're sixth
I-
level.
I think me and Archie are level 6, actually, yeah.
You little shit.
Is he level 6 though?
Fucking 6
How much
level.
experience have you got, Archie?
Oh yeah, I have like 25k.
Oh, that's not.
Wait, no, that can't be right.
That's not
You
right.
should be closer to
No.
bonus
Oh,
XP.
maybe you
Yeah,
are.
I have 25k.
Yeah, no, he's level 5.
I am level 5.
Excellent. Archie is overcome with fear. Fear you haven't felt in a long, long time.
Yep.
This inimical force overwhelms you, and you fall into fits of trembling and shaking. You can't drop anything. You're not encumbered. You won't fight, and you essentially are forced into fleeing. Overwhelmed by your senses. You see your companion over here, held in place, unable to move. This ghostly vapor is moving through things, and it's killing people. Wait a minute. Did Nilworm actually cast the real cloud kill? Are you about to walk into its area of effect? You're overcome, Archie, and you must flee. Leaving us with
How
Nilworm
long?
and the captain.
Bullshit.
The bodyguard. Does the bodyguard even notice the dart in the neck of...
I mean, he did roll like a 2 on his perception check.
Yeah. What was their perception? I rolled it
9?
publicly, didn't I?
It was a 1d20 plus 9.
Okay. Then a 22 here is what we'll see. The wizard flinches and goes to grab the back of their neck. The knight whirls around the backside, throws open this door, steps
I've
in
moved.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, I see that you've moved. And will guard this side as the wizard pulls out the thing and lets it drop. Our guardian friend over here is also affected by scare and bolts and flees. And Captain Winters, for some reason, was on here twice. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
Do I need an initiative for this? At the end of my turn, can I have slapped a little bit of a healing salve on the person?
No, that'll just take a full round next round. It's a
Okay.
full round action.
It's all right.
Initiative?
Initiative.
Okay, that's what Nilrum's going to be doing at the end of his turn. He's going to start...
So it's this turn here
Yeah,
that you are.
this turn. He's
healing
going to
solving.
start doing 5 HP worth of a salve onto that person.
Okay. And do.
Yes.
Jim.
Our knight is still with the ready to action to do whatever they need. Wizard and our cleric. Oh boy.
How long is he scared for?
That's a great
Maybe we
question.
shouldn't know. No, never mind. You
Yeah,
should know,
it's
not us.
many rounds.
Ooh.
God. How can we possibly live without Archie?
With magic missiles and a lightning bolt.
That's how I do it. I get rid of Archie with a scare spell, and then leave you guys.
I didn't
to die.
realize that Scare had no save. I should have realized that. It's a good one.
That is a good one.
Scare spell, I think.
You said
Okay.
it was you only get a save if you're a goblin or something, a priest.
I guess it's just you then, Captain John Winters.
Wait, what's Nilrim doing?
Nilrum is applying healing salves to.
I'll be right there. I swear. This is the last round I do bullshit.
Okay. I don't know if you think this is cheating. I saw the wizard. He didn't seem to be moving. What I want to do is come to this window where he is, crouch past the blind, and then stab through the blind with my rapier. I think that
Sounds
counts as a sneak
fucking-
attack. I want to try and kill the wizard like that. He's not expecting it. This guy's casting a spell. I'm going like lightning at the start of this round here. He doesn't know anyone's up here.
I need another move silently from you, though, in the middle of combat, because all the other sounds of combat have faded away.
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
other people are
It's
dead
fine.
or fleeing.
Oh my god! Roll perception for him though.
It's so bad.
Fuck.
I feel like
You
Archie's
approach the
screaming
window.
helps.
Why is
Plus 9?
God damn it.
Oh,
Yes.
the wizard doesn't
Another
notice, though.
two.
You sneak up to the window
Okay.
and bursting forth.
I still get a +4, right?
Yep. I'll give you a -2 as well because you have to stab through the window.
A
but
20
it
for the
doesn't
first time in about 2
even
months.
matter. You
Let's go.
critically backstab or sneak
So how
attack.
much? So how much is that then? I'm rolling. this
Well, you're gonna
damage.
double all the dice. So your main damage is still a d6 or whatever, and then your sneak attack is
I think
times
it's
3.
Time level 5. It's times 3, right?
So you would normally roll 3, so now you're gonna roll 6d something plus something.
6d6 plus 6, because the rapier damage is d6 plus 1, right?
Oh, the plus 1's on the rapier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 66 plus 6. You essentially lightning bolt the wizard
Damage.
right through his body. And the blade comes out the other side, and the wizard tumbles backwards. Blah, the ground.
Let's
And then-
go, Nick.
How high is this roof?
10 feet.
I backflip off it.
Shh, give me a tumbling check.
Yeah.
One, break a leg.
No,
Ah,
30.
you land on the ground, fine and healthy.
Nilram patches that chick up.
All right, Nilram. Then what are you gonna do?
He's gonna. These are stairs, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna run up the stairs.
All right.
Well,
so
he'd
you
probably
can,
run to here and then wait.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah,
Until
you can run up to the stairs and pause and take a listen at the top of the staircase.
He's gonna
to-
pause. He's gonna take out his rod, and then as soon as he like takes it out, next initiative's gonna be going.
Okay. Okay.
Don't laugh at that potato.
It's just the phrasing of it, especially on the dice rolls earlier.
All right, let's do it.
Good luck, boys.
Yeah.
We're good.
Channeling all my rolls into you now.
Oh, we should be fine then.
Balin is the first to go, and will throw a light spell sort of at the corner out here, illuminating a large section of the battlefield. So that there's no more sneaky, hidey bullshit of people behind shadows. The whole area on that corner is brightly illuminated, as if daylight. The bodyguard.
Wait, we go at the same time.
Yeah.
Nilram's 18 in. He knows there's people in there. I should be able to cast a lightning bolt in here and have it bounce the fuck around in that room. Correct?
You get to the top of the staircase, you throw open the door, you see the door at the end of the hall, and you can throw a lightning bolt. Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do with my 18 intelligence. So here is.
Come on.
At the same... Go ahead, yeah. Roll it. Roll your
Yeah,
dice.
you can go ahead.
No, roll your dice.
I think it's 5d6 because I'm level 5, so here you
Yeah.
go. 19 damage.
No, nice. That's good.
12. Hubert went at the same time as you. This is awkward as fuck. Now, are you doing the long bolt that is 5 feet wide, or are you doing the short bolt that is 10 feet wide?
The short bolt is even still big, right?
Yeah, it's 5
Still
feet.
5 feet wide. Yeah.
Whatever I think is gonna bounce in the room the most.
Okay. The longer bolt will bounce around more.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
goal.
perfect.
It'll hit everybody too. So.
At the same initiative as this is not just the knight, but it's also Father Hubert, the cleric, the diplomat, who does an action that you guys can't see, so we're not going to worry about it. More importantly, though, the bodyguard, having seen the wizard just slain, having heard the people dying outside, but most of the rest of the combat dissolved, and being able to bounce around and look out at windows and seeing Archie the giant fleeing into the distance, does the only sensible thing and throws himself out the window after the
Does
captain.
he get hit before?
Well, you go with
He
the
should.
same initiative.
He should,
so
right?
I'm going to
'Cause-
say
yeah.
if he fails his spell, he will get clipped by it on his way out, on his saving throw, and if he passes his saving throw, then he managed to get out the window just beforehand.
Oh, I don't know, Neil. That's not fair. It happens at the same time, so he shouldn't be able to
You
get
gave the
past-
wizard his spell last time, even though they got hit, right? So I feel
'cause
like
it happened at
even-
the same initiative, and the wizard
Yeah.
wasn't moving.
I feel like even though that he's moving at this, he should probably get hit still, right? Spell goes off. I don't know. It's however. I'm not too bothered by it no matter what.
You open the door, you see down the hallway, you throw yourself. He's reacting to that thing. I want to leave it up to a die roll because it's a
leave it
tough
up to die roll.
situation. So we'll give a saving throw on the knight.
Well,
no successes.
There you go.
And I'll give him a second saving throw to see if it's half damage or no damage.
Okay.
Or I'm
okay.
sorry, full or half. So it's full damage from the lightning bolts on the knight jumping through the window, who will get crispified on their way out, who does not have a tumbling proficiency. So as they burst through the window and then jump down below, they will take d6 points of falling damage.
Come on.
3.
It's good.
But they will
What about
also
everybody-
make an attack roll against Nick, the captain,
Oh, really?
as they
Is he
fall.
not? Hang on. He should be
High
dex
ground
save
for
once I
falling.
fall over.
He's coming out. He's jumping off the ledge and down onto you below, and you're still in that same square apparently. So, with +1 for high
Hey,
ground, I believe is an appropriate roll.
Absolutely not that.
Are you?
It's 17 leaping out of the window at you, Nick.
I think you're forgetting the damage on the other people in the room.
Oh, I am.
Wait.
Yeah. They're
Okay.
gonna get fucking toasted. Totally.
Just making sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He couldn't see me out the window, though, could he?
No, but he saw that you burst through the window, so he jumps out the window onto the roof and then sees you down
so,
below. And
so he gets a -1 for not being able to see me properly, no?
why can't he see you?
Oh my god.
The other
that's
guy
so-
cast light.
Such bullshit.
A 16
High ground. My
hits you.
arse.
I know, isn't
Wait,
high
doesn't
ground
he have
such
armor?
bullshit?
Is this the fabled Neal Team 6 that I've been hearing so
Oh, wait,
much?
Nick, that hits you with armor?
It's a 17 because high ground wasn't included
He,
there.
he needs that +1 to hit me.
Oh, thank God he's got the +1 for high ground.
Free
Is
block?
there nothing that could give me a -1 or a bonus here?
You know, you might even have a -1 for surprise. You're not expecting him to jump out of the window at you.
I sure was. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, but like you said, if I burst through the blinds, I would have lost my surprise. I mean, as he jumps through the window, I hear him.
Maybe, but you
I'm not surprised.
didn't you already break the window? It doesn't matter. The surprise doesn't come into effect here because he still hits you with or without it, and he will roll damage. 7 points of damage from a glistening sword that sheds light all around it as he lands on you. And you should
Neil
also
heard someone jump out of the window?
yeah, the crack of the window comes right after the crack of the thunderbolt from your fingers, so you can hear that
Wait,
there's something going
Hang
on.
on. I
Nick,
block
do-
him. I block him. That's fair. Right? You get my free block.
Yes, but I'm
He
going to give
sees
you a
him coming
penalty
down,
of
yeah.
1 to your block
That's
because
good
he
for him,
is
though.
falling on you from above. Ugh, it doesn't matter. And,
Okay, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement if I can.
Yeah, and there's also a
Go.
D6 pancake damage, right? Because he lands on you with a sword. Isn't this what you often call for? How many times have I heard you use that?
I'll take 3 damage.
Oh!
No, I take the same
No,
damage.
no.
as
You
him.
take the same damage.
Oh,
as
you're
him.
right. You're
I
right.
think we've
3.
done that before.
Yeah, it was 3.
Okay. I'm gonna
So he
use my
comes out the
movement.
window. He
Yeah.
stabs you. You take the falling damage. You take that. Nilrum's coming out the window. Hold on. We got to resolve the rest of the damage on the people on the inside. 'Cause
Absolutely.
They aren't going to stick around. Saving throw. I'm going to
They
give this
should
guy
get-
3 saving throws. If he fails any one of them, he
Yep.
takes full damage. 1, 2, 3. Yep. He'll take the full. Would you roll 19 damage?
19.
Bring him down to this amount. The lightning bolt is probably going to hit the old man in the corner.
Hell yeah,
Probably.
just jumping in there.
1d20. Nope. Yep, he's definitely failed. And the old man on the ground is already on the ground and unconscious, so it doesn't even matter.
Eric's still alive, though.
Is father getting his damage?
Oh, yeah. He's can't see, but he's just, yeah,
Good.
all the damage.
Mission success.
He's dead.
Okay, I'm gonna use my movement to go over here.
Sure.
'Cause I
You
heard him
start
jump out the
moving
fucking
at the
window.
end round. Nick, you still get your turn. Right, just
Oh yeah,
next
you
to
hear me scream as the guy fucking leaps out of the window on me. All right, I
Die,
Take-
peasant, he calls.
I gulp and ready my rapier at this armored 7th level knight and prepare to run him through. Neal, are you ready?
I'm ready. Roll it.
Wait, I get 2 attacks this round because I made an attack with my rapier last round.
True.
Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so 3 attacks coming in now.
Go for it.
21,
Hit.
27,
Crit.
and 13.
Miss.
Okay, so it's
Hit
3d6
crit.
plus 3.
Roll high. Oh,
fuck
that's so
Jesus
low.
Christ, Nick.
I got you, Nick. Initiative?
No. He is a 7th level master. He gets a
see ya.
second attack a round.
He didn't attack last round. Oh no.
He just gets 2 attacks per round because he's 7th level. Bringing
Legs are being shaved, baby.
the glowing arming sword above his head. I shall smite you, heretic, in the name of Astaire and the White Prince. The blade comes crashing down and gets caught in the ceiling.
Gets caught in my
But he
feather.
rips it out. And we
Okay.
roll initiative. Meanwhile, Sail is frozen in place, inches away, having to watch this unfold and unable to do anything about it. Archie is running through the fields with James screaming all the way.
Neal, can you move the camera again? Chat bitching at me.
Go. The bodyguard, the knight, goes very, very slow. Thalen, not Thalen, the cleric. You should just have the name cleric. He's definitely not Thalen.
I would just like to put out this entire time, this is like a huge trigger for Sale. He does not like, he has like terrifying claustrophobia. Like his older brother would like wrap him up in a blanket so he couldn't move his arms. So like he is like literally screaming in his own head right now.
Does no one go first? Oh, no. Claire goes first.
The cleric hasn't rolled yet. I am looking at the spells, We already cast this. Oh, we are out of combat spells.
Good.
Just imagine how easily this would be if Archie was still here.
What do you mean? It's still easy.
I mean,
Norm
I'm
handled
gonna...
this. Norm handled this shit. He's magic missiling this guy. You're good.
Okay.
Nilrum, you are first. You cast your lightning bolt, and then you would run downstairs and outside. You can see the knight from behind.
No one does finger guns. 3d4 plus 3.
Oh, it's so close.
No
Rip him
way.
for 10 damage. He still has 4 HP.
Oh my god.
The bigger they are, the harder
harder
they
they
fall.
fall.
Let's go.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
hit. The 20 is a
boy.
hit. The 14 is just barely a miss. And
Ah,
you clip him
bitch.
for 6. The knight drops to a knee and then
reach
topples
down.
back.
And pull his sword out. Hold it aloft.
And the light on it immediately dims.
Huh. I guess.
There's still
that
people
would be
upstairs, Captain. Let's go.
nice. Okay, I throw the sword back down with his corpse and run around the side of the house.
Or at least there probably is.
By the time the two of you get back to the top of the stairs over here, you can see that this door has been shut. It is no longer open.
Okay.
Cleric is
no
somewhere
room-
inside.
We'll go up to it. He'll attempt to open it.
It feels like it's been barred.
Okay, Norm knocks.
No shit.
The
These
door
guys
flies
are in
open!
trouble.
And we need to roll initiative immediately.
Yeah.
Which I think that should be 1 higher.
I'm gonna want a magic missile, but I'm gonna have to get in the room. Can I delay until the end of the round, or how do you want to call that? I'd probably let the captain go first, and then walk in after, and then begin
I think then
casting.
you would lose. You'd have to move. You're gonna let the captain get past you and everything. You'll have to spend a round getting into the room.
Okay, well, if I'm gonna spin around getting into the room anyways, I'm gonna go in first with my dagger.
Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
go fight.
Oh my god.
So what do you want? 3?
Yeah.
Oh, dagger's
It's
2.
dagger speed. Oh yeah, 2 for dagger then.
9.
9. And Captain, you rolled at 5.
Yep.
All right, so you're gonna go first. He knocks this door, and immediately you can push past him.
I bust in.
The cleric is there. He's got a mace in hand.
The last one alive. Surrender now. Keep your life. I give him but
Die,
a moment to
heretic.
react. Okay. 17 and a 25.
They both hit. He's got no armor.
That's right.
He's got no shield. He only has 5 hit points.
7 damage.
He goes down.
That's 3 of them that I got there. The wizard, the cleric, and the knight. That's a fucking hat trick, boys.
And as
No room and yeah.
the bodies are observed, the magic slowly begins to wear off. First, on Archie, who is fleeing into the night.
Wait, hold on. Because I think you're skipping ahead a little bit. Oh, wait, no, as he dies. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The magic begins to wear off on Archie as he's fleeing through the farmland, as well as James next to you. The both of you begin to sort of slow down and realize what was overcoming you was not true. It was an illusion. It was fake. It was magic forced on you. And you can turn around and make your way back. Sale will eventually also recover the use of his limbs, and everyone will be alerted to it as sort of that sleep paralysis effect wears off, and the internal screaming becomes external screaming.
Does James come back?
We
James
checked the
comes
room
back.
as well.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
cleric's
if I
in
find
here.
Hubert's body, I will healing solvent to keep him alive.
Oh, no, he's dead. He's well
Nilram
below
hurriedly
negative
is
10.
like, is there anybody else in there, Captain?
No, that's it. They're all dead, and Hubert's
Nilram
here.
darts outside.
Where do you go?
I start looting
He's
these
going
guys.
to Betty.
So we're just out of combat. Chill. Oh, sorry, you're thinking.
Thinking. All right, Betty was at -3 when you healed her.
Yep.
It has been 5 rounds, and you gave her 5 things, so she should be. Before you run out to get her, she would have recovered enough to move.
Doesn't it take a while, though, when you're knocked out? Doesn't it take like 10 minutes? Didn't you say that before? Because you can't just put it up.
You're not just gonna wake up on the spot. You're absolutely right. It should take her. It should roll me a d10. How long did it
She's
take
probably
Betty to
like-
rise?
Groggy and coming back.
That's good.
Yeah, you'll get to her as she's still sort of not quite awake yet, but definitely alive.
Nilram sighs a great relief and starts dragging her body back to the group.
Well, why don't we go to our break here, and when we come back on the other side, we'll see what you want to do with the folks you have left.
Oh, I grabbed the wizard book too.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. The enemy slain, our party returns. Betty has been brought back, injured, tied up, dragged into the room with the others. Archie has returned. Sale has returned.
I loot
James
the
has
bodies.
Returned. We loot the bodies. There's loot
Yeah.
to be found on the bodies. We'll get into the loot later when we also talk about experience.
Cool.
But now, in this quiet country village, late at night, what are you guys doing?
I think we should drag the bodies out of the house, pile them up by the shore, right?
Yep.
Once they're looted, of course.
I will tell the captain that Betty's going to be my special project. She turned her spear on me and then fled away.
We should just kill her, no?
I have a hell much more worse plan for her, Captain. Just
Well, it's
give me a
it's your-
few weeks with her.
It's your business, Nilram. I don't want any parts of it.
No one
Archie
will
is
smile wickedly.
Archie is incredibly embarrassed, and like he feels so bad. He feels like he abandoned his
Yeah.
crew. He is like he hasn't said a word since he's come back. He's just been like sitting down, staring at the ground. He can't look any of you in the eyes.
Was it obvious to anyone that he was under the influence of the spell, or
Mm-mm.
no?
You might believe it if he told you.
Yeah, I probably would.
Well, if Nilram goes through the wizard's spellbook, I guess, does he see like the scare?
You
spell
need to
in
cast
there?
Read Magic in order
Oh,
to.
okay, so
tell
he
what's
won't be
going
able to do
on.
that.
Yeah, in weeks or months or whenever it is that you do
He'll
get
comfort
through the
him
Wizard's
later,
spellbook.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the worst thing to Archie is like abandoning your crew for like selfish motives. He feels like
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think he understands that this was a spell really either. He thinks he just was like overcome with fear.
Hmm.
Once I finish looting the corpses, I'll shout down from the window to Archie. Archie, I need a hand moving these to the coast. Give me a hand.
Archie, without saying a word, still looking down at the floor, will walk over to you and just do as he's told.
As we're dragging the bodies back, I'll say, listen, I don't know what happened to you out there, but all's well that ends well. As far as I can tell, you still took out like 5 of them.
You all could have died, and I ran like a little girl. I abandoned you guys.
It was an intense situation, Archie, you know? I think when you beat a dinosaur to death, you get a free pass.
I don't know what happened. I've never felt like this before.
It's probably the cleric or the wizard. It could have been anything. You see Sale, he was frozen like a statue.
Well, I guess it was.
Sale is kind of lost it a little bit from being held because it was like his brother sitting on him as a child, and it's just kind of like brought back those terrifying memories. So he's taken out a dagger and started butchering corpses.
Norm saw 7 children run out, right?
7 children and 2 women have fled the building.
He's gonna go find. Or well, do they come back to their house?
Not tonight, they don't.
Okay.
Definitely
on the
not.
look for vulnerable.
He'll
scared women.
probably, as the captain and what's his name's taking the bodies down to the shore. Betty's
What's
tied
his
up in a room. Captain Winters.
You flee from one battle, and all of a sudden you're no longer Archie. You just what's his name?
Archie. As Betty's tied up in a room, he'll probably go to the neighbor's house because where else would somebody like this run?
Mm-hmm.
I'd knock
There
on the
are
door.
a few other houses here, certainly. And in
He'll
the
check all the
aftermath,
houses. Yeah.
yeah. In the aftermath of the battle, all the lights went out in all the houses. And the first house you come to seems quiet and empty. When you rap on the door, there is no reply.
Normal. Say, by order of the White Prince, open up. It's safe now. Charisma?
Yeah, give me a charisma check.
Easy.
31. You pass yourself off as a White Prince guard without any problem. The door cracks open, and there's a small face huddled near the side. Is it okay? What happened?
It's safe now. The brigands were dealt with. You can come out.
The door opens fully. And then there's a pause. As the person looks you up and down and goes,
Is it a kid?
No, it's an adult. It's an adult man, an old man. I don't recognize you from earlier today. Who are you?
No magic missiles, though. He doesn't know what to say. I'm sorry.
The old man dies.
It's okay. He checks
As the
house.
body
Everything inside?
falls
Yeah.
back, yes, back in this building. There's an old woman, and then 2 middle-aged women and 7 children huddled near the fireplace, trying to keep warm by the few embers that remain after they put the fire out. Actually, it's a warm night, so they're just scattered across the room, looking at you in terror as the body drops. And
Norm will say, "Don't move. Not here to kill anyone else. I'm just here to conduct an interview with you kids." I know it sounds weird,
What the fuck?
but I'm in search of a very smart child. And I need to do an intelligence check.
If any of you are smart, I'll be kidnapping.
If you resist, and he'll look at the old lady and the 2 women, it won't be 3 darts coming at you. It'll be 1 for each of you, and it should be more than enough to kill either one of you. So let me conduct my business.
they are well aware that you, in order to do this, you must have murdered all of the other people. And so they will let you conduct your intelligence tests. There are 7 children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here are their
Looking for a
intelligence
17 or an
scores.
18.
Here we go.
Never lucky. Okay. He will tip the hat that he stole from the bard that he murdered, and bid them adieu. Say sorry for the mess. I'm kicking the guy's body, I guess.
And leave, right?
Yep. He just leaves. Yeah.
Well, unfortunate that there were no good ones amongst them.
One
Back
of
at the
these
house.
days.
Yeah. One of these days.
Back at the house. What's happening?
Well, me and Archie are dragging, like, ferrying corpses to the coast so that Sail can send them under.
I'm currently redecorating the house.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, so I think we
Viscera.
take the first couple of corpses and then come back to find the room, like, covered in blood, and Sail just like with a dagger having cut up half the corpses. Sail, what the fuck are you doing?
I ignore them.
I look at
I don't
Archie.
answer.
Archie, do you know what he's doing?
I don't know, Captain.
Can we stop him?
I like turn and look at them. It's like the blood makes it clean, and then I'll turn back.
No one will probably come back and be like, "Oh, he does that. He does that, Captain."
All right. Do you know what? I already looted them. You do with them what you want, Sail. Well, I was hoping to give that family their house back and maybe tell that friend of yours to take the bodies, but
They have
this is
anything
what he
interesting?
wants. This is what he wants. We'll go and look through it now. I made a pile outside.
We'll have to look in the morning when I have detect magic and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The sword, the knight's sword, it was magical. It was glowing when he attacked me with it. I swear to you. I picked it up myself and it deadened. Perhaps it only works with, cowardly.
Probably only
knights or
works with
something.
like lawful good people. Here, let me pick it up. Nilrim says.
It's just a sword in your hand.
Yeah.
That's nice. It's very well made. You can
Must
see
not be that.
some sort of like holy runes inscribed along the length of the blade itself, including a symbol of stare at the bottom and at the very point.
No
That's
way
some
he was a
sort of
paladin.
a stare.
Smiting? Do you think?
Nah, that guy wasn't a paladin. Well, they do say paladins are stupid, and he did jump out of a window in armor after me.
I had nothing to do in that fight but watch. Could I have had a chance to like see what the magic on his sword was as he jumped?
Well, the sword was definitely emitting light when it was in his hands, and
Did it look like a bless?
it looked like some sort of enchantment. Give me an intelligence check and a wisdom check.
Sure.
No way he can pass both of these. Fuck.
Did.
Sometimes I ask for multiple checks just because the laws of probability should, really be in my favor. Yeah.
I feel like you should give me limited information because I was also held and I was thinking about
what you feel as you saw the person jump out the window and as people bring that blade towards you is this very uncomfortable feeling. Remember when you were in the tomb on that burned out, like ruined, dusty desert island, and there was that zone that felt like hot to you, and when you tried to run into it, you burst into flames? You get a very similar feeling from this item. As the paladin, the fighter, the bodyguard jumped down next to you, you could sort of feel the intensity of the heat coming off of it. And these people are picking it up and using it like it's nothing. But as Captain Winters is next to you, waving the sword about, you can sort of feel the burning sensation against your skin as he waves it back and forth.
I'll like cringe back onto the ground on my back, like feral with like claws, and be like, it burns! Like totally overreacting because I'm just like being a drama queen right now.
It burns. Maybe it does do something after all. I wave the sword in Sail's direction.
I'll scream and lunge at the captain.
What the fuck, Sail? I try and push you back with my hand. All right, I'm just messing around.
Archie
Hey.
will interfere and push him back.
That's right. Nice. This sword is magical after all. I kind of look at it with a smile, and then I sort of like threaten to wave it at Nilrim a little bit.
Nilrim grabs his
Nice.
spell components.
I assume it makes it doesn't have any impact on Nilrim, right?
Nope.
It's just Sail. Yeah, but you know what? I'm convinced. All right. Cool. Magic sword. Don't know if we can ever sell it. Well, if we went back to Arcadia, maybe we could sell it.
Do we rest for the night?
Well, we could do if Sail had butchered the bedroom.
Yeah.
I know.
Captain, I
the
made
stair
your bed.
house.
Captain, your bed. I made your bed. I'm just like thighs. into the bed. I'm like, Captain, I made your bed. It's beautiful.
Captain, it's
clean.
fine.
Clean.
I know
But you
how
know
sweet
what?
stand.
Sail, you can sleep in this one tonight.
It's for you.
No,
Captain.
no, let's not depose any more families. I'm just gonna sleep downstairs.
Well, the husband just died. I think they have an extra bedroom or two.
Oh my! By the gods, I don't know what to do with you. I'm
Well, it
gonna
wasn't
sleep.
me.
Of course, it wasn't. Yeah. By the way,
Archie will volunteer to stand guard all night because he's still feeling really guilty. There's probably not even a need to, but he feels like he needs to like do something.
Good idea. What was I going to say? Yeah, no, you never think, you're always knocking around trying to steal kids. Isn't that what they did to you? Do you never feel like that's a bad idea? You're gonna ruin some other kid's life just like they did to you.
But you see, Captain, I'm gonna train that kid to go against the White Prince and against those things. It's different.
Yeah, and how many years till he comes looking for you? They might have ripped him away from his family.
Guess that would just be justice, yeah.
With Valthara at his back. Looking for Norim.
It's all right.
Well,
We'll be good. I'm too smart for
any of the
smart
kids
for
in
that.
these islands. You must be the smartest kid ever born in this hellhole.
You think one of those kids will come after me since I killed their pa?
No, probably
Yes,
not.
it's
Just little shitters. They'll probably be dead in a gutter somewhere in a few years.
It's
Real
possible,
talk,
though.
20 years down the line, there's probably gonna be like hundreds of orphan kids coming after us.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I get some sleep then for the night, and in the morning I think we haul the gear back on the ship and head back to town.
Yeah. So we can sort of hand wave a bunch of stuff right now.
I sent you a DM. I don't know if you care, but
I will take a look at it. The morning comes, and the countryside around here is nice and pleasant. If you don't look at the walls and the floors and the paintings done by Sale, you would be mistaking this place for a peaceful, quaint little country village. At the end of the morning, Nilorm, you said you were going to cast a detect magic spell, right?
right.
You will find the arming sword definitely radiates magic, and a letter, a folded piece of parchment that has clearly been opened already, and then refolded, radiates a small amount of magic as well. But when you open it, it is gibberish. It doesn't make any fucking sense. They're not real words. It's just a series of letters all strung together with spaces in between them. It's, Lora Mipsum Dolor Amen.
Norim knows what the spell is because it's in one of the other spell books. He just can't use it. Okay.
Other things of interest is the spell book that you picked up off of this wizard.
Based.
The holy symbol of both of
Yep.
these clerics, if you are interested in it. There are
Magic?
one
Yeah.
on each of them. Neither of them are magical.
Oh, okay. But
They're
interesting.
both holy, but not magical. And there is 150 gold that you can find here. 50 gold from the cleric, 50 gold from the wizard, 50 gold from the knight. No gold on the diplomat.
Okay, I leave 30 gold, like, on the bed in the room with all the blood.
I smushed the coins in blood. I didn't sleep.
To pay for the damage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Very
So I
nice
take the
pirates.
100. I know. Well, a lord must look after his subjects. I take the 120 gold, and I'm going to write this other stuff down. So another 2 holy symbols. That's 3 of them I've got now. Magical arming sword. Nilrim, you mark down the letter.
Yeah.
Neal,
I
is
don't
there
think it's going to
anything
be too important, but it might be. I don't know how we can
Yeah.
get it read.
else? Anything else? Neal?
Magic letter.
Nothing of interest. There was the
Yeah,
knight had a
okay.
shield, but it was like a regular soldier shield that he'd picked up at some point. He had some armor on. The other guards had weapons and armor too. There might be some extra scattered copper about, but I don't think you guys even care about 50 copper at this point.
No. Do we get
So-
rid of the bodies? Do we send them to?
I think we already did that.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have Dispel Magic, right? I asked.
Yeah, I can dispel it with blood. And I start rubbing my hands together with the blood and sand.
Okay, well, don't fuck up this letter. He gives you a stern look. I'm gonna need you to Dispel Magic this because I think that the gibberish is caused by the spell.
I'll reach out with my bloody hands to grab it.
I'll let you.
Yep. Get little fingerprints all over it.
And I'll cast Dispel Magic on it.
All right. So what you want is a successful Dispel Magic attempt. So you want to roll a 1d20 and roll as high as possible. Definitely above a 10.
Okay.
The whole page just disintegrates in your hand and falls to pieces.
Wait, is that what happens actually?
Yep.
Oh, if I would have known that, I wouldn't have done it. But okay.
You probably didn't know though, because you haven't
Nope.
learned the spell. So. Yep.
Today-
On a failed
today I
Dispel
learned.
Magic, the spell just falls apart. Oh well.
Well, I don't see that happening. If all the bodies are accounted for and all the gear, I want to. Both Archie and Sale seem fucked in the head, so I want to get them off this island and away from this whole event as quickly as possible. So I will like hoard people in the morning. Archie carries all the shit. Let's get back to the boat and get back to the main island.
Okay. You can get your people together, go back to your boat, and sail
With
back
James.
to the main island with James, of course, and
How
come
does
on
James
back
feel
to
about-
Jamuba.
What happened?
James has a cold, steely look in his eyes. His heart has been changed. He had to kill that cabin boy that he was friends with. And then he had to fight
Yeah.
his other friends, turn on the very people who loved him initially. Once you go down a path this dark and this treacherous, there's no coming back. There's no nothing.
Sure.
I am going to add James to the roster of player
Nice.
characters. This will be his token.
Welcome, James. That's a cool token.
James.
Yeah.
He will become an axeman. He knows how to use an axe and a spear. The token has axes, so you can, you can equip
Let
them
me
with
use
whatever you
two
want.
axes. I
You
think
can go
I might start keeping James around as my bodyguard. That's quite a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, Archie will be interested in teaching him some punching.
Yeah.
Nilrim is going to brutally torture Betty for months to come.
Yeah. But
bef-
you know,
But before we leave, I'd like to drag Father Hubert's body out to the ocean
Yeah.
and like pray to Rohi, let him know what happened, it's all done, etc.
Hold on, let me roll some dice over here.
Oh, we're good.
Okay. You can get back to this area, back to the keep, back to your prisoners, back to everything that you want, and take a moment to rest and relax and gain some experience and lick your wounds, mental and physical. What would you like to do with this land while I calculate your experience?
Koibu, I'd already rolled the 3D whatever up there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, perfect.
so I think we're all good.
Yeah, we're good.
Archie, I think, does want to do one more thing. He's like really, really insecure about what happened. He doesn't really understand. He never wants it to happen again. And he's like still very enticed by all the stuff that Rohi did for Sale, but at the same time, this sees that Sale's like clearly off his. He's clearly gone nuts. So he doesn't really feel comfortable talking to him. So I think in some moment, Archie would just like sit down at like a beach in front of the waves and like rub the little pendant that Sale gave him and just like very
Say it.
directly ask Rohi, why didn't you give me courage?
Fucking based. Koibu was like, I get to kill this bitch now.
You're an X-Man now, Jan.
So you're rubbing the pendant
Yep.
by yourself down by the ocean, and you
Yep.
say aloud, "Rohi, why didn't you give me strength?" Right?
Yep. Yep.
Give me a wisdom check.
Yikes.
One. Okay. Where am I? You're rubbing your pendant, you're looking at the sea, you say the name, you ask the questions, and no answers really come to you. Then you notice some sort of creature in the water, sort of looking at you. Some sort of cephalopod looking thing with all these little blah blah blahs coming out of its face, sort of floating in the waves before you. And it's got these like purple eyes that are like fixed on you with like little horizontal slits. It sort of bobs up and down as the waves come and go. It's nice and peaceful around you, except for this thing. This thing that stares. It's a small creature, no bigger than this teapot. There it is in the water, sort of rising with each wave and dropping down again, watching you.
Well, Archie's definitely not scared of a little squid, and he's also told himself to never be scared like that again, so he's kind of standing up and maybe going towards it and just asking, like making sure it's not just like some squid.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you?
Squid sort of blinks at you a little bit, but you don't really feel anything. You don't feel any connection to the divine or to the arcane or to the unknown. This thing this is weird. Fish don't just hang out and stare at a person on shore. They probably can't even see a person on shore. It's definitely watching you. Some seabirds nearby, walking along the coast. Nothing else around you seems to notice this creature. Little sandpipers run down as the waves pull away and poke at the sand and run back as the waves splash on shore. The cephalopod sits out there, watching you.
Archie will move a little closer to investigate.
Yeah, you can get real close to it.
Maybe he's even squatting down in the waves a little bit.
Yeah. Hands start to get wet as the water splashes around your ankles and rolls up on the underside of your bum. You get within, I don't know, 6 feet of the thing pretty easily without it seeming to do anything, but it stares at you.
I'll ask again. Is it you?
Sort of swims away from you just a little bit, just like a couple of feet, and then you lose it as a wave dips down, and then you see it again as another wave rises. It's just, it's just gone a little bit farther into the water.
Why don't you give me courage? I'll move just like 1 or 2 steps closer.
It backs up another couple of feet, just a bit further out. If you want to follow it at this point, you'll have to actually stand and wade into the waves.
Just a few steps closer. Just making sure.
Yeah. You notice now that there's another one a little bit further to your right. The two of them are slowly, like as the currents are moving, just drifting them a little bit closer together. They're watching you, and they back up another 10 yards or so, sort of floating out to sea, staring at you. Their little cephalopod faces drifting in your direction, or waving in your direction.
Archie feels like, if anything, this is a test if he really is as courageous as he's saying. So we'll follow.
You back out further in the water, another 10 yards. The water's up to your chest by now.
He's convinced. He's following.
Third one appears, and the whole group goes another 100 feet out, slowly, as you follow. They keep pulling you deeper and deeper into the ocean. Find yourself 100 feet offshore. Swimming, because you can swim, right? You've got a swimming proficiency. Cephalopods swim downward, turning their backs to you for the first time until you can see them at the ground on the ocean's floor here, maybe 6 feet below where your own feet are, staring up at you on these really clear tropical waters.
Archie will take a deep breath, hyperventilate a bit as he's been taught by the other sailors. Dive down.
Make me one more wisdom check.
Fuck.
No wisdom in you, Archie.
No, there really isn't.
One little fish comes floating up to your face. The first one that you saw. There's two others behind it now. And the first one swims right up to you as more of these things come from different directions, slowly coming together. There's now 6 of them. You can see 2 more on their way. The first one is right in front of you, and its tentacles come so close to your nose that they can sort of tickle your nose if they were just to move half an inch closer. Getting hard to hold your breath while you're down here still.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, Archie?
He's gonna swim towards it.
I'm gonna need you to make me a constitution check for holding your breath to stay down any longer. You pass. You can eke this out for another minute. Cephalopod swims towards you. Set of tentacles grabbing one side of your face. Set of tentacles grabbing the other side of your face. Begins to pull itself into your mouth, like grabbing you and then like force feeding itself into you.
Oh shit. Beast. Archie feels like his courage is really being tested here, but he's not gonna back down. He's gonna try to breathe, I guess.
Yeah, there's air. There's air here.
Okay.
Creature's still sort of muscling its way into your mouth, though. Half the fish is inside of you, and it's still trying to squirm towards the back of your throat.
Archie will power through. He'll let this happen.
The living fish squirms down your throat. It's a weird feeling having it still like grasp to the sides of your neck as it pulls itself down. And as it passes you, you can feel the water begin to fill your mouth and instinctively stop the breathing process as the fish goes down your throat into your gullet. And from here, you can feel this like gentle swaying back and forth. It reminds you of the rocking motion of a very large ship. Sort of
Love
comforting, almost like a lullaby or being rocked to sleep by something.
Feel right at home.
Mm-hmm. There's a voice that sort of comes through your bones. You know, if you like hold on to something that's vibrating, you can kind of like hear it through the vibration through your body. You hear a voice that sounds just like Sail. Just like Sail in your jawbone. And it asks you to devote yourself to it. It says, will you be mine? Will you give yourself fully to me? I can make the fear go away for all time. Give yourself to me, Archibald.
I'll ask sort of in my head. I'll never be scared again. I'll never run away again.
You will know no fear.
I'm yours then.
It's a quiet sensation, and the other little cephalopods push towards you and push up your body a little bit, giving you just enough momentum to start lifting towards the surface. And eventually you will break free and clear. Find yourself floating in the water, a pretty good way from shore by now, all by yourself. As you break free, look around, wipe the hair out of your face, and then look down, the other fish are gone. You can feel something still in your gut, still moving you about. But you're a half mile from shore and slowly being pulled away from it.
By the cephalopods or by the water?
Just by the tides, just by the turning of the storm here. Need you to make me a strength check to swim back to shore. Easy. You can bring yourself back. Paddle after paddle. Eventually, you will wash up on shore. There's no one to see you. No one is at the shore when you get there. Nobody has witnessed this. Find yourself on the beach alone.
Archie will just look out on the sea. He's not sure what happened yet. He's not sure if he's going to tell anyone. But he's just looking forward to never being afraid again.
Let's do experience. We've got some combat XP, we've got some role-playing XP, we've got some quest XP, all lumped up. I believe we got an experience last session, right before you attacked the ship. So, this will just be for completing the main quest and doing all that other fun stuff. Will everybody please take home 6,700 experience points?
Ooh.
I am
For completing Rohi's first quest.
Oh, plus 10% because I'm...
Nope.
Yes.
Okay.
That'll bring you to
6,700?
7370. 7370.
I level up.
You'll never be afraid now, Archie.
Oh,
Yeah, actually.
yeah. True.
No, there's other spells that do fear.
I mean, having a fighter that's doing interfere could be kind of cool. Depends on what
Kind of
the
into
actual
it.
consequences are.
You should give him, if that's what it is, Neal, there's rules in the Berserker class in the Fighter's Handbook where it basically lets you fight past 0, but you don't know what your HP's on.
It's kind of like a bear.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, like a bear, yeah. You can, like, when you go into Berserk mode, the DM, you tell the DM what your HP is, and then he never tells you how much damage you take. You just, oh, you got hit, you got hit, you got hit.
And
you
if
just
you get to
instant die
negative 10,
on
you're
instead.
just dead.
Yeah, but you get bonuses to hit and damage and stuff.
That is a dangerous game to play.
Yeah, it's cool though.
Yeah, it is. So, Archie leveled. Let's roll some hit points for brand new Archie. You're going to roll a 1d10 plus your con bonus.
Which is...
2?
Which is 3. Oh my god. D10 plus 3, Archie.
17?
He's got 17 con.
Jesus.
And 17 strength. And 16 dex.
Holy fuck, the rolls on this lad.
That's a
Oh,
paladin character,
thank
Koibu.
God. Thank the gods. It's only 5, bringing your max HP to 40 at level 6.
On your combat tab, Archie, change your in the right table it says hit adjust. Change from level up 1 higher. Should be
Got it.
4 now instead of 3. I also
be
leveled
5
up in
instead of 4.
rogue.
5 instead of 4, yeah.
Oh, he's level 6 now, sorry, yeah.
Yep.
I leveled up in Rogue as well.
Excellent. Give us D6
Just one.
plus 1 divided by 2.
1.
Hey.
2 HP.
Whoa.
Not
2
bad.
HP. Not bad. Bad.
Archie, you are 6th level. You'll get another weapon and non-weapon
This
proficiency.
saves better as well.
Okay. If I just want to get even better at punching, can I do that?
If you save your weapon proficiency until
7?
level,
Level?
you get High Master. Is it 7?
I can't remember if it's 7th or 8th.
7, I think. I can look that up. Hang on.
High Mastery at level 6, says Valthara, who I usually trust.
Oh, fuck.
Trust in chat?
shit.
What is this? That is a dangerous thing. But maybe this person's trustworthy. I don't know.
Weapon
Maybe.
Mastery. To achieve mastery, a character must first specialize, then at any time after he reaches level 5, he can spend a slot to become a Weapon Master.
Well, he's already a punching master. He's already got 3
He can
slots a
continue
day.
to devote proficiency slots to the study of his chosen weapon, but can't progress faster than the rate at which he gains new proficiency slots. So a character becomes a master at 5th level, couldn't acquire his 2nd slot of mastery until 6th level, his 3rd until 9th, and so on.
By spending a 2nd slot on mastery, a character can become a high master. By this time, the character has spent 4 slots on a single weapon and is at least 6th level, so you can do it right now.
There you go.
Go ahead and change
Okay.
style A to 4 slots.
What
High
does it get for that?
masters increase the speed factor of their chosen weapon by, I think it's 3 by 1 category, so that's going to be 3. So his fists are going to be 0 on initiative.
Lightning fist.
Do I have
This
to-
next
do I
part
have
is
to
going to
change-
really hurt me.
And you
do I have
crit
to
on
change that in
16s.
the...
Yeah, change the
Have to ch-
speed on your punch to 0.
Holy
High Masters
shit.
also score critical hits on rolls of 16 or higher rather than 18 or higher.
Do they get extra damage too?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
He crits on what on her? Sorry?
16s. Natural 16s.
Hold.
Well, well, well. And that is game over right there. And
And I...
you
real
get
quick,
another non-weapon as well, yeah?
Yeah, I took carpentry last time, which means
Mhm.
I think I can take shipwright this time, right?
Ooh, I think you are right.
Also, this happened off screen. I didn't want the other cast to do anything, so when no one was doing it, Captain Winters said some shit to Nilram that actually kind of spoke true about the
Oh.
Nothara stuff. Not in the way that you'd like, Nick, okay? So Nilram went over there to the house,
And killed
and
the
he
kids.
magic missiled the grandmother, the mother, and the other lady. And he gave the kids a little speech telling them that this is a gift from Ponos to make them stronger. The more that you guys suffer, the better you'll turn out. So thank Ponos for the gift that you've been given. You now have a reason to live. And
But you'll
Yeah.
probably starve to death within the next 6 months.
oh, they got 30 gold. There's other people in the town. They'll be all right.
At the gold.
I don't get a weapon proficiency on Rogue at level 6, do I? Or a non-weapon?
No. Rogues get... They get it at 4 and 4.
So
you're
all I get is just thief skills and the 2 HP, I think, right?
level
Yeah, and I
6
think-
thief now?
Yeah.
But you might get
Oh.
another
My
sneak attack.
backstab?
thing.
Yeah, my backstab go up. Backstab damage multipliers. No, it doesn't go up to level 9.
So just HP then. Saves?
No.
Cool.
But thief skills though, is it 25 points?
30.
That's it, okay.
On the voyage back, no one's probably gonna read Magic, the book. If you want to send me that between sessions or whenever you can get it.
It'll take you... There's a lot of pages here, so it will
Oh,
take
cool.
you like weeks of study to even learn what's in the book.
Awesome.
Why don't we end right here, and when we come back next week, we'll see what the party does in the downtime. If you stay on the island for a long period of time, if you immediately fuck right back off, we'll let you think about your choices and come back in another week with some more Tides of Death.
I got a few questions if you have time to do them, Nick.
Yeah, sure.
Question. Well, there's a few. A question for all players: what would your character's favorite meal be? Archie.
Probably just like a freshly caught fish right off the grill, like a salmon or something.
Bale's family were tuber farmers, so things like turnips and a little bit of cabbage and stuff like that. But his favorite thing was like basically any roasted root vegetable, just like slathered in butter.
Neal's favorite meal is probably just like something like steak and potatoes.
It's pretty standard. John's favorite meal ever was when he was pretending to be a nobleman from Solon, and he was dating a mediocre noble lady in an Arcadian town. And for a period of about 3 weeks, he lived as a noble, and he ate all the fancy dinners. And one time, he had like a 7-course like tasting feast that had like lobster and scallops and steak and all this like awesome foie gras and all this crazy shit that you can't even get if you're a normal person. So that was his favorite food. Yeah.
Next question. Why did Captain Winters decide to share the treasure with the peasants? Just to keep them at bay for a month, to legitimize his rule / buy a claim to the island, or something else?
I mean, a little bit of all of the above. So it definitely helps to legitimize his rule. It also helps make them like us so we can find use for them. You could see it kind of paid off a little bit in this episode. The peasants kind of helped us out quite a bit. And also a sense of justice. I mean, what's the point of... We're taking down the White Prince because he's a scumbag. And one of the reasons he's a scumbag is he charges all these high taxes. So, you know, kind of the Robin Hood mentality. Like, it helps to erode his authority.
Another one. A question for Nick and Moon. Archie and Sale seem primed to readily fall in line behind John for the foreseeable future, but given Nilrum's ambition and ego, he seems increasingly likely to end the status quo. Have you two considered what a power struggle might look like? And what do you think is Captain Winter's line in the sand? I think for Nilrum, he hasn't considered it, but if it came down to it, it would just be a quick magic missile on the captain. But I don't think Nilrum's planning on doing that. He kind of likes the current situation.
If John was going to kill Nilrum, he wouldn't let him know about it. He would just kill him in the night as whatever the safest way possible to do it without him having a chance to kill him first, or maybe get Archie to do it.
Yeah.
It's a difficult situation because obviously you don't want to kill somebody else's player character. I think right now John can't do anything about Nilrum anyway because we need him to get into the base. But if another wizard were to turn up who could cast that spell, then it would be a little bit more, I don't know, concerning, because Nilrum hasn't made himself an easy ally, but he is obviously powerful. So John's in a bit of a funny situation because the longer things go on, the further and further away he becomes from having any real like power superiority over any of them.
Question for both Potato and PokemonChallenges. Now that you two have played more than 20 sessions of second edition D&D, do you have any gripes with the system? Do you like second edition? Is there anything you think could be improved?
I don't have any comparison because I've never played 5th edition or whatever. But it seems based to me.
Yeah, because you run around critting everyone. In terms of gripes, I think my only gripe is that it's a little bit more restrictive than future systems, but at the same time, it's perfectly capable of being like a roleplay system. Like, it's fine. It's just like it's a bit like playing a game from the 90s rather than a game from like 2015. Is there something you could think would be improved? I think Neal has actually improved it a lot because I looked up some of the rules. Like, every time you hit someone, you have to roll to see if they're knocked down or knocked out or something. And then there's like all these weird, random ass, like THAC-O, reverse the roll, add minuses. So I think the improvements that I would look for in the system have already been made by Neal. My only complaint mechanically is that clerics feel like ass in combat. Like before combat, based; after combat, based; in combat, it's like I poke you.
Yep.
Yep.
Fighter cleric's the way to go.
I will say about the cleric is the fact that you're not wearing armor makes them just seem like bad wizards. But if you can wear armor with them, then it's like, okay, well, they're all harder to kill than a wizard, but you're not wearing armor, so it's just like, well, my spells aren't as good as a wizard, but I'm no better protected either.
I think that the advantages Koibu has given me like make it so much fun to play in preparation for combat that like I'm totally okay with being like a
Yeah.
Yeah. And last question. So have you thought about inventing your own custom cleric spell?
I have been thinking about like, you know, the White Prince controls the skies with Griffin riders and aircraft carrier style large wooden ships. And I was thinking, man, why don't we play under the sea? Why don't I have like a
Submarine.
clerical spell that would like let soldiers live under the water for like and like swim up to a boat and
Oh.
do something like, you know what I mean, like Navy
Yeah.
SEALs or like submarines. That's kind of like, if I could figure out how to make that kind of like enchantments or spells work, that would be really cool.
Cool.
But
but-
takes notes.
I think
That's it.
that is it then. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon if you can. It's patreon.com/tidesofdeath. There's a bunch of tiers, and I think every single tier helps out. You get access to a Discord with all the other patrons. People are starting to talk a little bit more in there. So that's cool. If you do the $5 tier, I think you can ask us questions every single week. So make sure you check it out. I appreciate it.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yep. Back next week.
Good night. See you next week.
Good night.
Cheers. Bye-bye.